Good evening, one and all. It's Sunday, it's the end of the week, and it is time for us, of course, to be jumping into some more good old Warframe. Welcome on in, everybody. Hope you're doing well where you are around the world. It has been a lovely weekend here in the UK, at least in my part of the UK. God knows what it's like up in top of Scotland or something, but down here in good old England, it's been a nice weekend, and I hope you all have had a nice one as well. But we're back in space. We are back where all the fun stuff happens, of course. And today, I want to be having a look at some of the weapons which have been more recently released into the game, because I've been putting off that whilst looking at everything else instead. And it's about time to pay that some attention as well. Hello there, Tari. Hello, Demos. I hope you're both doing well as well. Welcome on in.
Holy frog puss, I'm getting old. I'm running out of ideas for silly things in these sub-messages, but for now I shall leave you with a single word that encapsulates my energy. Pancake.
Fair enough then. Alright. Fair enough. Sweet if a bit flat. Yep, sure. Let's go with that. Or are we talking American pancakes, in which case it would be more, you know, flat but still got that springiness. All the same, pancakes are lovely, which means surely you too, with your 32-month resub Esprit, are lovely as well. Thank you very much for continuing your support on the channel, dude. Really appreciate it, and I hope you have had yourself a good day as well. That said, I'm still not entirely sure why you started off your sub message with Holy Frog Puss, but there we go. That is just what it is, isn't it? That is just what it is. And Simone Scarlet with the Hydrate as well, absolutely, sure. Cheers on that. Alright then, let's have a look. We got new weapons. I suppose it's about time. Why are you just lounging right there? Okay, let's have a look at these. Wouldn't be an Esprit sub without something weird to start? If I do. I'll give you that. That is absolutely on brand for you. So we have the Evans song. We have the Cantare. And we have the Harmony. These brand new weapons, which you can see I have ranked but done otherwise nothing with so far. I want to see what I can do with them. Quite frankly. That is the question at hand. I do notice this one, slightly blocked by that. We've got this unique trait here. Damage dealt by Evan Song's arrows apply 7 stacks of puncture status, fully neutralizing the enemy damage, and increasing the crit you can do to them. Kills with Evan Song activate the devotion buff, which increases multi-shot for 35% for all allies, and I presume yourself. King Goblin saying those weapons are quite unique, sure you have fun. We'll have to see exactly how that comes together, won't we? You can see we've got some basic modding on it so far without forming it, but we can definitely take this a lot further. That was just to have some absolute basics on it to get it all going, including the fast hands. That definitely doesn't need to be on here. So, former needed, improvements needed. We'll make all of that happen. I do notice this is a primarily slash-based weapon. I don't think that's due to modding here. Nope, that is just primarily slash-based. That is nice to have. Mix of status and crit is something to work with there. It does mean the slash is not going to be anywhere near as crazy as it could potentially be, but it's still plenty to work with. What's the base crit chance? I think 25% is going to be the answer there, because I've got Vilex. No. I've got a critical delay here for plus 200%. So yeah, that's base 25. With this it becomes 75, and with that, that can get us up to a 320. So that'll take us to about 150-ish bonus, slightly over 150, be 155 maybe? Yeah, I think that takes us up to 155% maximum. How's stream going? We've literally just gone Sogyon. Welcome on in. Yeah. And then with that crit multiplier as well, granted, supported by my companion, but still a nice crit multiplier to have. We can get some work out of that as well. I noticed the charge shot here has a radial attack on it, so that is curious. Okay. I think fall off 90% is the worst value. Like, we lose 90% of our damage at the 4-meter range. That's bad. I will say that the fall-off stat, after all this time, still having a pop-up which talks about the fall-off range on shotguns, rather than the fall-off on radial attacks, is still silly to me. It's still silly to me that they don't have it clued up enough to have either both sets of information on that, or to have just the correct one show for the radial instead of shotguns. But hey, Someone's saying, don't think Radial is worth much other than applying 7 stacks of puncture. Looking at the damage, I can agree. Direct hit, 2250. Radial hit, 675. Direct hit can benefit from headshots and whatnot. Radial attack cannot. Radial attack has fall off, only a 4 meter range. Yeah, I can see that. You do have the potential on this, it looks like, where you could have primary fire, you're putting that straight onto your main target, and then targets nearby, your weaker targets just kind of get caught in the crossfire. So it means that things like your butchers, some of your weakest other units, your troopers perhaps, can just kind of die in solidarity with your main target. So that could work out. But yeah, I do see that the zones of screw your damage definitely is a thing to consider there. Definitely. We'll see how that all comes together. Maybe Hunter Munitions would work. Hunter Munitions can go onto the weapon, certainly if you're getting over that 100% critical chance to give us even more slash. There's nothing wrong with putting that onto there. Doing that would open up potentially doing a slash viral approach, rather than going for slash out of the status chance itself. It's probably an overall positive on that, yeah. Probably an overall positive. But it will need a bit more modding on this to make that all work. Don't know if the 7 punctures work with Xmas. Xmas don't have general status resistance. There are some status they resist, like cold, but there's no reason to say that they would completely resist puncture. Whether or not that affects their abilities, however, is a separate matter. That is a separate matter. So we'll see how that comes together. Then we have the Kantari. So, having a quick ganders at that. The unique effects here. They have a 300% critical chance when they return on reload. Strike enemies returning blades to activate a buff that increases your reload speed by 20% for allies. Like, it's 20%, it's not the end of... It's not nothing, but it's also not amazing 20%. The bigger focus is actually getting those crit hits on the return, which could be curious to try and pull off. We'll see how that actually works together. We'll see how that works. And again, plenty of modding still to do. This is still without a former on it. It is, again, a slash-weighted puncture secondary weapon. The status is lower on this one at the moment. Might be due to the way I've got it modded, though. Norman says, I saw your damage videos. They're super helpful. I'm at Uranus with no problems right now. Hey, that's amazing. That's good stuff, Norman. Look forward to the rest of the star chart. Magic Science means no nullify abilities. Yeah, it means that, yeah. That's the thing. And then we have Harmony. This one, curiously enough, bucks the trend and becomes more puncture than slash. I suppose, yeah, it's a double-wended pickaxe of a shape. A puncture scythe is a curious one. But that's what they've made it. It's primarily puncture. It is primarily puncturing, not by a little bit either. But, as I've heard, harmonic resonance is where it is really happening. Heavy attacks condense all status effects that deal damage over time into a single instance. Heavy attack kills activate harmonic resonance, a buff that increases status duration by 30% for allies, which should then also feed into itself. It resonates. So that can still be a little bit crazy. Got Wukong Magnetic Scale cooking the foundry? Nice. Melee Afflictions is good for this one, so I've heard. I don't know why I'm searching melee. We're on melee. It's Afflictions I want to search, yeah. I would need to get a few more Afflictions to get the full value out of this, but we can still get 4 stacks rather than 6 at this point, so that's good. And I probably have enough resources to rank that further, when I think about it. So yes. And this one, despite having no formula, I do have mods in every single spot. Granted, one of them is Drifting Contact. Not amazing there. I've also currently got a Smite Corpus in here, so evidently I was using it against someone Corpus when doing something. Yeah. Yeah, Melee Afflictions works well because it causes more status instances than intended in some cases. I don't know anything about that, I'll be honest. I do not know anything on the side of potential bugs with status stacking going on. But there is still plenty that can be achieved with this, and in the combos, this does have a knockdown on the third attack, so there's value there. We got knockdowns on the heavy attacks, that has value as well. I mean, heavy attack is where we really want it. That can definitely get a lot of work done, can't it? Hey, Mirrorlane, no worries on being a little bit late there, no worries whatsoever, especially if you make an entrance like that. With the 5 gifted subs going out to community there, I really do like that. So that's going out to Nisu, to Sadness Doctor, I guess, Sadness DR, Sadness Damage Reduction, maybe? Sadness Dominican Republic, hard to say. To the 8-Bit Kit, to Gravy the Clouth, and to Shara Indomptable? Indomptable, yeah. Mirrorlane, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs out to community, I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Do I have a video on stances? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. The video will be a little bit out of date in that I call out the game for not telling you about combos in-game. Now we do have that information. But aside from that, that video is still up to date and accurate for pretty much every weapon class in Melee whatsoever. So yeah, slightly older video, still completely correct as far as you need to be concerned. Oh yes, indeed. So yeah, knockdown 4/ on the heavy attack, plus all the good stuff that can come with that. You can see why I've gone for the Tennokai on this one, and getting the Arcane to ramp that up would be nice. I did see someone suggest about the Elementalist here, which heavy attack, wind-up speed, and status damage. That does feel like it's a good answer right there, doesn't it? Yo! Okay, Esprit's in a good mood today, it seems. Absolutely, look at that. Esprit with the 10 gifted subs out to community. That's going out to the Goofball01, to Sable Drake, to Craven KM, to Aesthetic, to Aussie Sergal, to Weiss Cold, to Nicholas 1003, to Godzilla Stopper 1406, to Yasundertaker, and to Onyx. Esprit, thank you very, very much for the support there with the 10 gifted subs. I really do appreciate that. Cheers indeed. Double airstrike? Absolutely. The way the animations work is that they count up. If you do 2 or more gifted subs all the way up to 10, it goes all the way up to 10 bombs get dropped. From 10 to 19, it's the same animation because basically it runs out of space on the screen. And to save my animation hands, I'm not good at animation. And then at 20 and above, we hit the Lavos. That's when it brings out the big gun. Oh yes. Hey Mr. Engineer, do you think not being able to put pistol cannonade on my 2-finger kick gun secondary is a bug? It's semi-trigger, it can take other mods that specifically call out pistols such as pistol elementalist. I'm confused why I can't use it. Because it's not a semi-trigger outright, no. I don't think it is. Or am I thinking of, I might be thinking of the primary actually. Yeah, no, yeah, it's pure semi, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, there's nothing you can charge. It's a primary which can charge, the secondary can't charge. It could be to do with that then. Let's see, so it is... Yeah, no cannonade popping up there. Whereas if we get something like the gaze, just check, is it a kit gun issue? Not gaze, what am I about? Catch moon. Not seeing it there either. Not seeing it there either. Will I see it on... None of these actually fit. That one. Okay. So it seems there might be an issue with kit guns. Yeah. That could be a bug. Exclamation mark bug. We'll give you a link on where to report that. As we can't afford to see levels today, don't you worry, we'll still have levels on screen. You just won't have that unique levels animation, that's all. It's all good. It's all good. Alright, so all of these weapons need formering to get more power out of them. Yeah. Fox Hunter saying, just let you know, I'm changing my name to Medieval Fox 8533. Fair do. That's absolutely fine on that, Fox Hunter. Or should I say Medieval Fox? You'll still be a fox, that's easy enough to follow, and I appreciate you letting us know that you're changing name. I actually do appreciate that. What's the current damage cap? Technically, isn't technically one. It's just that the numbers stop counting at something like 2 billion, and then once you go further enough after that, it becomes like negative 2 billion somehow. So technically 2 billion, pseudo-technically no, but everything's dead at 2 billion. Either it's dead or it's cheating at 2 billion. Does this community have a clan? There is an in-game clan. It's not actively supported with events or anything like that. It is pretty much there as a a blueprint dispensary, and for those who wish to say they're in the Kenjner clan. It's not like it's officially supported, aside from being the clan of which I am the leader. That's all. I don't have the time to lead it, there are not others in it leading it, so yeah. It's a blueprint dispensary. Can you join? If you open up a ticket on the Discord, yeah, open up a ticket on the Discord and I'll look into it for you. Bug link seems to lead to a dead page. Yup, yes it does. Okay, D have moved their bug forum. Well, that was nice. Why would they do that? Give me a moment, I'll fix the link. I guess that means that the bug link is going to be broken in multiple places. Let's see, what did they do to... What's different? Forums? So it used to be forums.warframe.com/forum/1947-bugs. Now it's forums.warframe.com/forum/1968-bugs. Why? Why did the number change? What? Huh? Alright, well, that's an easy fix. Let me just go and fix that real quick. Custom command, bug, 1968. Fixed. There we are. Freaking. Wow. You need help with interception mission right now, that's why I'm asking for a clan. I mean, yeah. Sure enough, an active clan would be able to help you out on that. You can also ask for people in recruiting chat to help you out. If you go into recruitment chat and just be like, hey, looking for people to help on an interception mission. That'll do it for you. What charge am I using on levels? Just a mix of things. A little bit of armor. I've got some extra corrosive stacks, parkour velocity, casting speed, and ability strength. Those two on the edges don't really matter as much. These three are all very nice. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to check on my Discord here because I think that's going to have broken the bug link as well there. Sure enough, that's got a different number again. But that one works. Hold on. So 1968-bugs leads us to the bug forum. But 149-bug reports leads us to the bug reports forum. Have I just linked general bugs rather than... This bugs is an... Oh, that's the Jade Shadows bug report forum. Right, I see what's happened there. I see. So I must have previously linked to a specific updates bug report forum, not the actual bug report forum. For fuck's sake. Now it's updated on the Twitch side correctly. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Now I got that fixed. Is there a way to set finisher button the same as melee button? No idea, not tried it. Check into your key binding settings, see if it works for you. Do I have good builds for new weapons? We are 18 minutes into the stream. The answer is no. This is not the stream where I go, here are the finished weapons. This is the stream called Weapon Power Up. I am powering up the weapons. You're a little early to the party. Reckon fuck with that? No, I swear like a sailor sometimes. I probably should swear less because some people get their sensibilities in a twist over it. You'll notice I am not one of those. Actually, before I do that, look at this. What if I go like this? Yo, DMB Dean, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime once again, up onto 14 months. DMB Dean, thank you very much for that. Cheers. Oh. Much appreciated. Yeah, I won't swear in YouTube videos simply because there's not really a reason to put any expletives into that. It's a scripted video. Scripting an expletive, it just doesn't make sense. But as a general expression of passionate thought and consideration, yeah. I will swear. Fucking deal with it. Simply, but... Alright, let's drop that off of here now. Let's go for Hunter Moo. And we can take it from there afterwards. I do wonder if Galvanized Attitude is actually the right choice all considered. So I don't expect to have too much in the way of elements on this, but we'll work with it for now. Let's talk about the Stug, then you can swear at it. You know what? I could just not do a video on the Stug. That sounds smarter. Got to say, I feel like it would be very unpolite for me to swear by writing. Even when I do swear when I speak, it would mean that I make the effort to swear. Yeah, fair enough. Would you say bloody is a swear as in that's bloody brilliant? It's an expletive, I guess, but it's not really a swear. At least it's not considered such here in the UK. If you have anything other than a young child referring to something as bloody, it's more of a modifier of scale, of grandness. That's bloody brilliant. Yeah. It's hardly a swear. And I think that's where some people really get their knickers in a twist, is misconstruing any possible usage of a word as a swear, as a attack, when it can just be a modified something. There is a difference between saying something is fucking crazy, for example, versus saying fuck you. One is an attack, the other is just embiggerment of the idea. There is certainly a difference there. But hey, that's really a whole topic of personal preference and cultural differences, and good luck trying to peel all those pieces apart. Now, I'll be quite honest, as much as I can put hunting munitions onto here, there is the part of me wondering if that's actually a useful approach. Is that actually useful? Because Slash is less valuable than it once was due to enemies having capped armor and greater health to compensate. Instead of going hunter munitions, I could go for a heat approach. And then currently 6 capacity doesn't leave me a lot of room to do any more with that, but with a single extra former I could then also put on Hellfire, really make it a heat focus rather than a slash focus. Because look at this here, if I go with this right now, I'm now going to have 34.2% heat, 39.9% slash. So I'm going to have, per hit, a over 73% chance of a DOT. Great saying hit to munitions isn't worth it because crit chance isn't fantastic either. With Galvanized Scope we'll get over 100%. No problem on that. On the headshot we instantly hit over 100. Split flight? Oh, is this one split flight is eligible? Ah, okay. Non-AoE bows has an AoE. Go figure on that one, eh? Go figure on that one. On hit plus multi-shot minus accuracy for 2 seconds stacks up to 400% multi-shot, as opposed to this one having just 230 multi-shot, because those will not be mutually allowed, no. That said, that reduces accuracy, and significantly so, whereas we could go for an accurate approach and get the headshots. Because this gives us maximum 3.3 multi-shot, this gives us maximum 5. This one stays stacked for a hell of a lot longer. It's 20 seconds per decay. This is 2 seconds per stack. Just 2 seconds on it. Like, you need to continuously be firing to get full value out of that. You're welcome, Torren. Thanks for reporting that. Not sure I want to go down that road, to be honest. Not sure I want to go down that road. Yeah. What I can do here is I can look at bringing Elementalist. We don't need the extra punch through particularly, most likely, but Having the status damage on a status focused build can be nice. Problem is to get full power of that, we're still going to need Former. But that can be marked as a direction we intend to go. I feel like that's a sensible approach to it. There's not really a wrong answer in this regard. If you want to go with any kind of different setup, you're absolutely welcome to do so. Do it as you please. But this seems to be getting us somewhere. As for the Kantari, pistols always have very expensive mods in comparison. And again, we've got this mix of stats, including a relatively low status, all told. It's 22%, but we'd have to invest into that to get it somewhere really significant. Romans well, shame it specifically status damage, not status effect. Oh right, you want your status effects to just be stronger. Fair enough. Right. Yeah, no. I see where you're going, but that's not where the going with it. Given this is such a crit focus, yeah, this is going to be staying on. We might as well form in that slot right there, because it's just a damn expensive mod. Let's get the capacity to work with. Gives us an extra 7 to throw down. I could use something like Carnage Stinger in here. Increase our slash chance and status chance. It won't improve the slash proc damage though. Whereas the other option would be to instead just go straight into the Elementalist, which would improve our status damage and our reload speed, which it's almost dicking on that unique trait at that point. Yeah. The passive is flat 300% extra crit and works with Synth Charge. Fair enough. Works with Synth Charge. Oops. Plus 200% bonus damage on final shot. Okay. Yeah, I can see things happening that way. I think, again, leaning into the status damage here is probably a good idea. Just because this weapon seems to be valuing it. I may be wrong on that, but I feel like that could be a way to lean with this one, while still be able to benefit from the various other bits and pieces. Now, I have got multiple fire rates on here at the moment. That I might change on as well. Because I could drop that, go for the Carnis instead, get us that extra status chance, get us the extra slash. The slash is now 28.7, up from 15.4, so that's nearly double the slash chance. Which, in effect, is nearly double the slash damage. In effect. Hello there, Sil. Hope you're doing well. Let's just give the Pistol Elementalist a couple pips until I've got this thing more thoroughly formed. I think I can get 3 out of it. Now. Could you show us the fastest EDM you have, if you could do something like that? I just have an EDM playlist, so I'll pop that on for you. May not be your speed of fastest, but it's what we have. It's also currently set for Dexterity in Arcane. Let's switch that over to... Should be able to pull off Deadhead. I'll see if I... actually, wait, no. Slash Focus. Never mind. For the moment, Merciless. All those Elemental Arcanes could be accounted for with an Elemental mod, so we can flex into that afterwards. That's something to consider. Right then, over to this one. I think just slapping a... Former straight on the prime pressure point, because why not? Can't go too wrong with that. Switch this out for the Elementalist, because we got that status focus, and we can make it faction universal effectively, whilst also getting the wind up speed bonus. Mod improvement. Because this is very much a replacement for faction mods if you just don't want to do faction focus. Do you think I'd swap out Hornet Strike since I'm using Merciless? Maybe, but Hornet Strike is giving us that initial damage for when Merciless stacks aren't there. There's always that trade-off. Would Condition Overload be better for Harmony? Well, if this thing is going to be consuming those procs, I don't know if we would want to go down that road. I don't know if we would. Whereas this just gives us the damage up front, no questions asked. So say maybe check your Bane double or triple dips. Gets weird with expedite effects. Ah, true, it might. It might. There is that in mind. Okay. We can unlock this slot here. Thank you, get that off my screen. So we can move that up there. We got space to put something else in here as well. I could... Let's think about this here. I could go for Weeping Wounds. Because if I build up my combo and only use heavy attacks on Tennokai, which I'm going to get regularly, then I'm going to be able to keep the amount of status this can give me. And with that amount of status, I should be able to get even more power out of this, right? Seer's Word with Scythe because it doesn't work with Sans bonuses. Yeah, if it doesn't work with Sans bonus, then that would screw it. That, again, I'd need to test. But that should lead us somewhere interesting. We do still have the Master of it having pretty much non-damage type at the moment. So I'm going to drop the Drifting Contact. And with only 8 capacity at the moment, I'm a little bit up against the wall. A little bit against the wall on this one, but let's mix it up. We've got loads of heat options going around. Let's make this one different and go for electric. Just to be different. And then we swap this out. Well, we will swap this out for the melee afflictions. I need to go get those arcanes. So let's go grab some of those. I need 11 of them to max it out. We can grab those from Larunda Relay is where he's at the moment. What I'll do is I'll get these weapons all leveled up real quickly, and then from there get more of a vibe as to what value we can get from them. I have a message in my inbox. I wonder what this is. Tarek is so nice. I have no idea what Tarek is, but Miralabe, thank you very much for the gift there of the Limbo Limina collection. Again, we'll put that on the list of cosmetics to have a look at as and when we get around to those items. Cheers, Miralabe. Oh, best throne skin in Saint Chaos. Is that what I'm missing there? Is that Limbo collection include a throne weapon skin? Ah, alright. That'll be the detail I'm missing. Let's see what we're looking at then. Skin. Oh. Well, that is a little bit different, isn't it? We go from these tasseled blades, I don't know what name to give those things, these tasseled fish hooks, to Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Okay. Sure, why not? Is Miralabe one of those millionaire furries with infinite money? I have no idea as to Miralabe's personal persuasions, and I'm not going to ask down that line. It's actually borderline inappropriate for us to even question on that side. But Miralabe is clearly very satisfied with the stream, aren't they? Okay. I came here for Ordis, though. Let's go sort that. Release vestigial motes. Here we go, melee afflictions. Let's grab a few of those. Done. Whilst I'm at it, I might as well max the rest of these, mightn't I? Up. And how many do I have? 9, so 12 of those. This needs to be 15. And this for another 11. Well, that was easy. Objective complete.
Okay, Ordis will be here, as well as the Orbiter. Benefit of being a sapphire.
And with that, yes. What do I think of the Lavos Sunshine skin? It seems to fit his style, yeah. There we go. Fully ranked, just like that. Beautiful. Yeah, that's pretty beautiful. Alright, let's go do a quick little bit of leveling. If I switch from a Nairu to Vazarin, that'll increase affinity range, and therefore the amount that I can scoop off my allies. Let's get out of the relay, just so we don't constantly reload back into here. And let's see what public crews we might blunder into. Why not? I will need to say it to public to do that. Let's go farm some affinity real quick. Oh, that's I can. Alright then. Apparently I am on Levels build with Azada's Whisper. Sure, why not? Oh, that's an interesting sound to it. Imagine if the pitch changed based on the crit you hit. Like, the higher tier crit, the lower the pitch of the tolling bell sound. That would be something. A bit like TF2? Hmm. Yup. I do feel the delay on switching. Oh, hello. I do feel the delay from firing one shot and being able to get the next one out. That is quite noticeable at the moment. But at least these enemies are weak source enough that they just kind of fall over. There's definitely that value in focusing your target. Warframe sound design is so sick. Warframe sound design, they do well pretty much every single time, don't they? It's rare to get an L from that team. Sound team and graphics teams always absolutely slamming it home. Story teams do the things. Yeah, sound teams are on point.
A new data conduit is open.
Oh, like you fire glory rocket launcher and hear a gong. Oh, Solomon, have I ever got the clip for you on that? Remind me when we come out of this mission. I'll bring you that clip. It's an oldie. It's a goodie. Proper like, this shouldn't be allowed level. Oh, we got the crits off of him. If I do this and then... Alright, yeah. Sorry, that's a thing you can do, I guess. Add some toxin to it now for a bit, because we're against the corpus. Okay, I did see a guy here, but I guess he just collapsed into the floor. Oh wait, was it a manic? That'll be what happened. That's saying the higher the crit, the lower the pitch, so when it's triple explosion mode could be a cargo ship horn? Yeah, pretty much. Ding 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 ding. You know. The kind of tolling of a bell that says, you are dead. Not a big surprise. That kind of output. Is nice thing? Da. Well, that's just a mess, isn't it? You know what? So I can't switch to blast with this build. That's a shame. Bloody Zarta's Whisper in the way on that one. I can switch to electric. I can get us some grouped up effect. But so far, I'll be honest, I feel there's greater value in just aiming for kills than trying to make some kind of reload shenanigans happen. Maybe I'm missing a trick there, but it does feel like the kind of mechanic where I don't so much want to try and make it happen so much as when it happens, hurrah, extra crits. It's a gimmick. Not exactly a feature I feel excited to really focus around. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe I am missing a trick. Bugs aside, your 80 stuff.
Enter the conduit.
Yeah. We can't use Canter once it empties magazine. We find doesn't reload it. Oh, that's a while. Alright, time for this thing to shine. Against the Infested. Okay, that's unfortunate. The Infested are not what I would consider a testing ground for heavy melee weaponry. But it's what we've got. And it just disintegrated. Yeah, this might not be the mission to test on. Just to level on. Testing against butter. Less buttery than before, the Infested have been buffed. I was discussing this on the Minecraft stream just yesterday, in fact. At level 25, between an Oxium Osprey, a Boiler, and a Heavy Gunner, the Heavy Gunner is the weakest. The weakest. Like, that's slightly wild to me. More than that, by the time you get to level 50, those same 3 units, in comparison, have a completely different balance of hit points and effective hit points. Because level scaling is different per faction now. Different per faction. Not just different between health and shields. Being Infested means they scale health at a different rate to being Grenier. In terms of effective hit points, effective and actual. It's weird. It's weird as hell. I'm going to be covering it in my next video, which is going to be about level scaling. I'm still kind of piecing together the different bits of information I'm discovering from all the equation changes that D just decided not to share. They just said, well, we're making some changes. It's weird. Why high level Infested feel so much tankier than they used to? In a sense, yeah. I can show you after this some snippets as just how much more it is. It's a bunch. Also, I do not have any combo maintenance on this at the moment, so I'm just losing my combo every moment. All 3 are max ranks, so let's get out of here. Even Cephalon 2 does max rank. Whoopsies. So let's say, fair warning, damage numbers get weird on Harmony. Expedite hit isn't treated like a melee, so it tracks on the enemy, not your screen. Tracks on the enemy, not your screen. Oh, as in moves weirdly, physically across the screen. We'll see exactly what you mean on that. Oh. Hi, I'm new to Warframe. Can someone tell me how the drops work? When you say drops, do you mean the Twitch drops specifically? Because if you mean the Twitch drops specifically, we are going to be having drops on this channel next week. But they aren't active on the channel at the moment. Instead, what we've got here is the... what do you call it? We got the raffle. We'll be having a raffle and drops next week. The drop command should have let you know that. I didn't see it come up when you just said drops. So I'm going to just make sure I didn't program that incorrectly. There we are. I think I missed a beat. As I was saying, due to the way you move during the heavy attack, you can legitimately slide past the expedite damage number. Well, that's not helpful. Yeah, that is not helpful. What are we dropping? Exclamation mark drops on the details on that. Exclamation mark drop. But very simply, we're going to be having a Shawzin. Oh, yes, indeed. During the stream on Sunday next week, you can look forward to a Shawzin. And not just any Shawzin, it's going to be this one right here. The Dax's Shawzin. So So you can add that to your collection. The reason I picked this one is very selfish. I don't have this one. I have every other Shorzin other than this one. Wow, it's Nacho. Speaking of which, wow. Thank you very much for subscribing with Prime. Welcome into the channel proper and enjoy the lovely blue sub badge and all the other benefits to go alongside that. Cheers, my dude. Thank you very much for that. Oh. Cheers indeed. But yeah, we've had a Shorzin drop on this stream before now. That was the Dawn Shorzin. But this will be the Dax Shorzin. You're still best Shorzin, like I said. I mean, you can get the whole collection. There's nothing stopping you. The only thing that really stops you is you can't switch which Shorzin you're using mid-mission. But yeah, this is the Dawn Shorzin, which we gave away previously. Kira's someone just mentioned. And you got that lovely thing there. Why is I saying that's for being helpful? My absolute pleasure on that. And thank you for helping me out too. There are a lot of other ones. Void Song. Yup. Corbu. And I'm not even touching all the notes and different fiddlerinos you can do. Day of the Dead, just an event variant of the same one from earlier, the Dawn. There's the Lonesome. Which works very, very nicely. I think, if anything, that one works very well with the Yo scale. I feel like you get something very fitting in terms of a musical vibe from that. So that's the Lonesome one. Mimicker is again a basic Shorzin, but it matches the colours of your Warframe automatically. But otherwise gets the same Dawn Shorzin sound. Nama. Yeah, that's strong sound out of it. The Lumbo. Much closer to a kind of standard guitar sound, if you will. And then Tiamat. Where you can have your bass to add to it as well. Absolutely. I think that is the lot of them. Yeah, because we already have the Void Song. But the Dax is one, the one that I can't show you right now. That is the one that we will instead be having on Sunday next week as part of the drops provided by DE. There'll be more details about that being announced in Discord and by DE themselves closer to the time. But yeah, that'll be available. There'll be a 2-hour drop window on that. I'm not sure on how long you need to watch just yet. Finalising those details of DE, but it's just like all the other community weekend drops they've done. So you can have a look at this week's weekend post to see what the stipulations on that will be. But yeah. And what I will do as well for y'all is on that Sunday, not only will we be having the drop of that Shorzin, but I will also give you, as a command code that you can take straight from the Twitch chat, a code you can use to add a lovely, recognisable bit of music to your Shorzin as well. And I promise you this time, it's not Baby Shark. It's not a Rickroll, it's none of that, no. An actual nice piece to include. Yes, so you can look forward to that next week. It is not Gangnam Style. No. And new. You'd want to be able to Rickroll on your own skill? I mean, you can use the code to just kind of guide you there, but sure, go ahead, do what you do. Do as you do on that one. Right now, we're having a look at these weapons a little bit more. Yo! Oh god, it's Macy. Thank you very much for dropping your Prime over here, and welcome into the channel proper. I don't know if you're in the middle of an advert or not at the moment, but if you aren't, you'll never have to see one again for the entire month for your sub. So, Macy, thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Shirley saying, I'm a musician, cannot get into video game instruments for the life of me, buttons wrong. It's a different skill. It's a different skill. It's up to you if you wanted to learn it. It's like switching between an entirely different class of instrument. Like going from guitar to saxophone to violin It's all entirely different skill sets. And Nupf, subscribing with Prime as well. Nupf, thank you very much for dropping that over here. And again, welcome to the channel proper. Enjoy a lovely blue sub badge. I'm going to run out of tea at this rate. Yes, indeed. Piano? Yeah. That's another instrument. Yes, it is, Gorilla. Yeah. Right. I'm thinking of sorry, not V-Polarity, a dash polarity right here, right now, because we're using dash polarity mods. We're always going to be using a dash polarity, so we might as well slap that in to allow us to then also rank up Rifle Elementalist to the max. Thanks, Miralabe. Cheers. Thank you. Let's full rank that. There we go. Now we're getting even more power out of that one. That's giving us a full 90% status damage. That is not a small amount. That is not a small amount. Wrong button. On the Katari. Right then, we've still got a lot of work to do on this one. Probably still going to keep the crit mod there, so let's buff that. There we go. This doesn't give us a lot of room. We can only rank this up 2 pips and then have 4 left over to work with, so it's going to need more farmer to get more value. But we can still finish off the Elementalist. That is good. There we go. Hello, Saminator. Things are going well. Hope things are well for you too. Alright, and then with Harmony. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We'll switch to Naramon for a bit, so that when I use Harmony, I don't have it just running out on me. I would consider putting Status Duration through on these other ones, but it's not the focus right now. I don't want to keep having to switch between them with Dexterity. So having Naramon to really secure that combo just works out for me right now. Let's face it, Levels doesn't really need Operator for anything. Doesn't need it. Okay, so with this setup as we currently have it, let's just take him into submission and see what happens. Although, I did promise first, the Rocket Dong. And that sounds really weird, putting it completely out of context. I want to be clear for those of you who arrived, nothing sexual. No. No, not what I mean. We're talking Team Fortress 2. You'll understand. Give us a moment. I realised as soon as I said that. Let's see. Wax Left Paw, long time watcher, first time lurker. Does Evensong multi-shot bonus apply multiplicatively or additively? I haven't tested that value. That's a very good question. I would guess it's going to be additive, but that's a guess. Mayonnaise, need help with a Loki Loot build. Bet my friend $20 I can make one. Well, you better make one then. There's $20 on the line. Good luck. Right. Sorry, Esper, you were too kind today earlier. You didn't know what to put in your sub message, so I did it for you. That's what happened there, totes. Give me a moment. I'm just going to grab me on hidden videos on YouTube. Sorry, Impulse, you got to go away for a moment. And I think if I search the word magic, it should come up. Oh yeah, there it is. I know myself too well. November 2016. This is going to be a little bit of a blast from the past. All right. Just a little bit of a blast from the past. Let's switch around the screens so you can see this as it happens. In fact, let me just push over there and just get rid of those bits and pieces. Alright then, I hope this ain't too loud. Let's turn off the background music for the moment. So, when I say that the pitch of the kind of the dong that you get from Evensong could vary with crits, these are the kind of crits I'm talking about. This was from a Halloween event that happened in 2016. We got me playing as a soldier, going into the portal into some weird event section. Waiting for some kind of buff to appear. It's a randomized buff. I'm hoping for a nice one. I go through, and I get a buff that allows me to fly and do this. What enemy team? Just the whole lot wiped out. That is, That is a little bit devastating. You can see at the top right how many are alive. Almost all alive. Yeah, never mind. 8 of them just died. TF2 on event mode. Yeah. So imagine that kind of audio feedback on the Evan song when you just land the Omega bonk action, that is. One more time. One more. Yeah. Yeah, you can see why that one had to be saved. You can see why that one had to be saved. Dear, 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 dear. Warframe copy TF2 soldier? Sure. Yes, that's the message you take away from this one. But yeah. Heck, and see, using three-bladed blade. Wouldn't Prime Reach be a direct upgrade? There is something else I'm missing. I think it was just fitting the polarities. I think it was just fitting those polarities. So if we get Prime Reach into here instead, that would just be better. Yeah. So Prime Reach will give us 3 if I finished ranking it up. Evidently, I was too lazy to do that. So yeah, replacing this with V polarity and the bonus on there, that would be smart. And in fact, I have the ability to form it right now. Let's just do that. Now I have a near maxed reach. Former first. There we go. I have a near maxed one, but I think I have it near maxed for a number of weapons where it's so tight that 1 pip makes the difference. And I wonder if I try ranking it up, is it going to start screaming about all the different weapons that do not want me to do that? Yeah, no, it's going to start complaining. Okay, rather than do that then, we'll just flex a bit. We'll just grab a brand new Prime Reach and level this one up. Because that can't break any builds. Why is there an unranked copy of Prime Reach on Distrezor? Sod off. No one cares about you, Distrezor. No one cares. What's that people say about streamer luck? It's complete bogus. Not real. There we go. 5.6 meters on this thing. That'll do a little bit of work. But yeah, very good shout on that. Other question, why is there Distrezor? Is there anything else? I have an unranked Distrezor. Yeah. Check your inbox. Oh no, what? You're not Mirror. What have you done? Wait. Did you rename yourself? Nope, you're just not Mirror. Okay. Cool. Somehow you knew that was it. Oh, it must have popped up and I just didn't notice. What have we got? We have got Mirror, I'm about to get it for free next week. Mirror, and there's no value to me having 2 of these. I'm going to get it for free. That's the whole point of picking the drop. It's free. Everyone gets it. Why? Oh my god. Mirror, you have access to too much money, Mirror. You have access to too much. Pick a new one now? I can't. It's locked in. It's done. There is no changing it. I'm not going to change it. Oh, god damn you, Mirror. God damn you. Alright. So let's change instrument to the recently acquired Dark Shores in. Yep, it works. It works, and I think that was That was just that. I guess I nailed it. Yep. Nailed it from memory. I mean, it's not a hard one, is it? How do you have so much mod capacity from using Former? That's because of Mastery Rank. Whenever you use a Former on an item, it'll go down to level 0, or if you're higher than a beginner Mastery Rank, it'll actually just go down to your Mastery Rank. So if you are Mastery Rank 30 and above, when you form a normal item, like a Warframe or most weapons, it'll go down from level 30 to level 30. It just stays there. So yeah, every time you rank up your Mastery Rank, your minimum level on formed weapons, and even on unformed actually, if the capacity goes up. So like this Distressor rank 0 that I've never put a former into, you'll notice I already have the full capacity on because of Mastery Rank. How do you play this game? It's so confusing. Step 1, you check out my YouTube channel, because I've got guides for all kinds of bits and pieces all over there ready and waiting for you, including right on the very front of it, right at the very front, I've got what to do when you're new to Warframe, because this game does not tell you what to do when you're new to Warframe. So I got you covered. A 1-minute short right at the front, you can't miss it, what to do. Other than that, you shoot and you loot, because it's a looter shooter. Yep. Why does the unranked non-prime Distressor have a potato in it? I think this must have been some kind of giveaway gift. So DE occasionally partners with various companies. It's like, hey, we are now supporting Yorkshire Tea. Use code Yorkshire Tea to get a free Distressor. Something stupid like that. So it's probably like that. They often do these tiny packs which include a free basic ass weapon that even players who play Warframe don't care about, but they'll grab it for the weapon slot. I just never got rid of it to get the weapon slot. So that's why it's there. Entirely because of that. Alright. Whilst I make just an absolute mess on screen, any of you with epilepsy are now just having a seizure on the floor, my bad. Let's try out the weapons. What about things like Kuva/Tenet, Necromech, Paracesis? What about them, Salvatore? Those are... From context, I guess you're wondering about Mastery Rank and how that affects capacity. If you're Mastery Rank Legendary 3 like myself, when you form one of those items, and they could, at that point, already reach, say, level 33, I would have them already at level 33, so I get 66 capacity. Yeah. Can you tag a resource so you can see how many you got whilst playing? Yes, actually, yes. So if you do a square bracket and type it in chat, so like nanospores, you'll notice as I type it, it comes up with the item and a list of possible other ones I can step through with arrows. We select that and pop that into chat, and you click it, you'll see up here how many I have, which is 4,955,114. So if you're mid-mission and you just want to check how many resource you have, that's how you do it. You just square bracket, type the resource, send it into your chat, and then click through. I don't know how you do that on console, but yeah. Mirrorlabe, no. No. Mirrorlabe, no. No. No, we've been over this. No. 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 There are plenty of people here who probably have no idea what you've done, and others who are figuring it out. Look at this list, Mirrorlabe. Look at what you have done. It's just you. It's only... This. That's not 40 nanospores. This is Mirrorlabe gifted me the nanospore purchase 40 times over. 40 times over! This thing that cost 30 platinum, which means they spent 1,200 platinum on it. For a bunch of nanospores I already have millions of. Mirrorlabe, why? So no, no more, stop. Nah, no. Stop. It's silly. It is impractical. You know I'm serious when I throw out the "it's impractical" line. Come I'm almost at 5 million. I'll get the 5 million. I'm fine. I don't need the assistance on it. It'll be fine. Yes, I did just check to see if I was going to get some here, but apparently not. But no. Nanospores cap at some number of 9s. Still no. No. Anyway. Let's go into a survival, see what these weapons do. Let's see how they feel.
Your weapon
Alrighty then.
and the enemy.
Let's activate this. Let's give myself a viral boost.
Down all systems.
I really should have switched my Warframe, but there we are. Yo! Laffer, thank you very much for subscribing there with your Prime. Welcome to the channel proper. And enjoy your lovely blue sub badge. And all the other bits and pieces go alongside that. Well, that's creating some explosions, isn't it? The slow draw on this is a little bit disappointing, but the AoE effect kind of makes up for it. That guy just got the worst shot in his ass, my god. Tetanus injection's got nothing on that one. Let's switch this to electric, although I think I'm running heat, aren't I? So it'll be radiation. Well, I mean, the electric procs are still going to proc. Because Lavos do be like that. Dong, dong, dong. It do be killing. It do be killing. Do I have any tips on gathering plants? Depends on which plants you're gathering. I don't have a video guide to plants. It's, I'll be honest, not really one that's come up as a main thing that's needed a guide. It's not enough to focus my time on into it. So yeah, this is a little bit of an unusual feel to it, but I mean, it's baby's first Brahma. It's a bit of a weird one. But do that. Did anyone survive that? Nope. Yeah, so we see the survivors have the puncture procs, which also fundamentally ruins radiation's friendly fire effect. So it is a thing which can be used. It's got a lot of zoom on this bow, I notice. But I need the zoom to get the value out of the crits. Alright, let's switch this up now. What can these get for us? Now I wonder how good these would be with ammo efficiency. Like, would the ammo efficiency give you more returning shots? Notice, yeah, we get the red crits on returning out of an enemy they're stuck into. So that's a portion of the value. I don't think I need to be aiming for this weapon, so let's not. We'll switch into using the electric again, because electric on grouped enemies gets quite an effect to it. Especially with red crits on some of those electrics, that can get some damage done, we're seeing. But it does just feel like throwing knives with a return gimmick. It does just feel like that. We'll see how they do against Angst, I guess. Hey Angst, do you want to come down here? Hello? Professor Meat, there we are. Oh, you can teleport, can you? Alright. And they're dead. I mean, that was one of the worst acolytes, so... Like, worse as in weakest. Hard to really judge. According to the wiki, the shots start returning one by one after 30 being stuck. Makes sense, doesn't overspan the area. I guess then that means that you could use 100% ammo efficiency and just continuously throw them out. Once you hit 30, you just have this constant outpouring of damage out and triple crit damage back. That could be powerful. Don't know what that sound was. Still not sure what that sound was. Is that... Oh, that's the sound of them returning. You just can't hear the sound if you're more than a few feet away from them. No, it's the sound of them landing. That's weird. That... Okay, give me my knives back.
When you need it, extraction is ready.
I don't know what's going on with that sound. Do I think Punch Through is good for throwing? It looks like it could have some value here. It looks like it could have some value. Just if you get so many enemies right up in your face. Okay. What are the sources of energy efficiency are there except for energized munitions? You mean ammo efficiency? That would include Arcane Pistolier. That'd be your big one here. Because that gets 100%. Alright. Melee time. Alright. Jade Xmas instantly dead. I find myself a little bit more enamored in this one's direction. Let's re-up my electric. Make sure I've definitely got that full bonus going. Things just kind of perish. Now the question is, would this be better if I switched over to melee influence instead? For the AoE rather than... Oh, that was useless. For the AoE rather than getting lots of extra status on the ones I hit directly. Because melee influence is not something to be sniffed at. If anything, I feel like melee influence would be more the AoE effect and for group enemies like this, whereas afflictions would be better for single target. Just first assessment. Because that guy is definitely getting just shredded. You guys see him throw knives to go with least impressive 3 weapons? It's feeling like it, I'll be honest. They got a cute gimmick, but maybe with Pistolier they'll feel even more amazing. Right now, they're cute. With Sives melee affliction, it's best to use a standing combo. Yeah, just doing it like this. So not that. Downside is it doesn't move me into them. Maybe these enemies are just too weak for it to matter. That could be it. Maybe these enemies are just too weak. Influence on the side if it vaporizes everything. I was thinking that might happen here. Given the damage output we're getting, I was getting that impression. Let's leave the mission and come back, actually. Oh, after we kill Misery. Misery wants to be part of this. Where are you at, you bloody arse? Where is he? There he is. Cool. Right, decapitated him. That just... yeah, just dead. Now that one could be an Afflictions win right there. Although they do limit the amount of statuses that can hit them, but it could still be an Afflictions win. Applying a whole bunch of the damage and then just instant value out of it. What Acolyte? The one that decided to hide underground for the first few moments. Just to extend its survival time in the Battle Royale, which is death against Warframes.
A valuable lesson.
Cap the status on the first 2 swings. There's capped, and then there's just repeating the status, because that's the thing, is that if you get a brand new status, it will replace the old ones. So I'll say, yeah, Tenekai straight up may be slow for this beast. Tenekai slow? Okay. So let's just switch that over for Influence. Also, fun note, we max ranked Harmony there, but not the other two. Let's just go... Oh, hey, there's an active fisher. You know what? I could open a relic whilst doing this. Neat. Get some extra void traces. Don't care about the contents too much, just the traces. Don't really need a combo for Harmony. The combo allows me to get higher multipliers. Especially on the status output, because Weeping Wounds.
Only with true mastery of the Tenno arsenal will you succeed.
Life support has been cut off.
Salvatore, it's up to you. If you prefer a different stance, it doesn't matter what I say in the video. At the end of the day, it comes down to your preference. The video is a guideline, not absolute law. Okay, we have got a less preferable room for maintaining this kind of approach. But we're getting kills. That worked quite nicely. Yeah. It's getting some pretty split up spawns of the enemies though. That previous spawn was beautiful for farming. I'm going to go back through this room. Hopefully I can guide them back in here. So I'm saying, I guess we can check if Influence expedites electric procs on all enemies or just the primary. Not what I'm testing right now, it would be hard to verify. Oh, I got my reactant 1 minute into a survival mission. That's nice. I am tempted to switch to that other Tenekai mod. The Opportunity to Reach. Just because I want to get the positioning for the best Tenekai. I feel like that might be more beneficial to me here. Affliction's not Harmony? Okay, Zom, right. I'm not sure what I'm picking up. You're trying to say, Zom. You're saying half things, or you're responding to someone but you didn't add them. Not helpful. Sorry. Is that okay? That's responsible, never mind. Ooh, nearly accidentally spent my combo there. I mean, I dare say Afflictions might just be too strong as is. Afflictions plus Sorry, not Afflictions. Influence. Lavos plus Influence is just kind of godly. Just gonna say it. He's very, very good at getting the value out of it. I mean, there was a Jade Xmas around here because I saw the beam start to happen. Are we ever going to see the Xmas? Or did it already die? Try this life with Sarin Afflictions? No, I'm not going to do that. Simple reason is that Sarin plus weapon equals win. That doesn't say anything about any weapon ever. If anything, Sarin and a weapon not succeeding is more noteworthy. I don't think anyone cares to see the video, Sarin makes yet another weapon strong. Yeah. So I don't like that combination because I feel being fixed to infuse on the electric. I mean, that's the point. You infuse electric, you get the benefits of electric. That's what D designed. Here is an arcane that works only with electric, or requires electric to happen. Use electric. And it works. Alright, we got Malice arriving. Let's see what Malice thinks of this. Hi, Malice. Well, the heavy attack killed all the electric rocks and he's still there. So that would suggest to me that Afflictions was doing the work on killing the Acolyte quicker, or it might have just been bad luck on the setup. But our kill rate here is well over 100 per minute. Significantly over that. Part of that is going to come down to this spawn setup we got here. It is a good one. But part of that as well comes down to the fact that just this is strong. In 5 minutes, 704 kills, 140 KPM. That's good. And all that for a Bratton Prime barrel. Thanks, game. So I mean, using Lavos' electrics for influence. Again, that's the point. You get the influence. If you don't want to get the electric that way, you can use something else on Lavos, but then you need to put electric on the weapon. The point is, if you're using influence and you're using Lavos, why not combine the two effects, you know? At that point, you're just saying you're not a fan of the build. Which, valid? Valid? But misunderstanding the whole point of having combinations. If you need Lavos only for electric, you could have used Volt Shock Trooper. Lavos guarantees the status effect. That's different. Lavos applies the buff only to yourself, doesn't affect your allies. Lavos still gives you all of the rest of Lavos' kit, rather than Volt's kit. To reduce it down to, well, if I only wanted electric, I could have gone Shock Trooper, you are completely missing the fact that they are two entirely different frames and abilities. Even if you infuse Shock Trooper onto Lavos, which you can do, don't know why you would, but you can, you're still going to have two functional different abilities. DE wasn't that daft, they specifically made them different abilities. Now, you may not have caught it so far in this run, but I have been using the healing from time to time, just to top me up when I've been a little bit careless on taking damage. I think I just lost my combo there. God damn it! Yeah, so I definitely need to switch to Opportunities Reach. That Tennokai window is so short, and the enemies die so quickly, that trying to get the value out of it just cost me there. It's going to take me a short moment to get the combo back. Not a very long moment, but a moment. That I've never liked. Like, to the point that I would like the Tennokai indicator to vanish half a second before it actually runs out. Because you've got your own reaction time. At least this is how it works for me. If I'm looking at, like, can I still cast it? Well, the symbol is still on my screen, so I've got the time, so I cast it. And in the time between me deciding, well, I've got the time, hitting the button and actually carrying it out, it runs out. Skill issue? Perhaps. Still annoying. So if that icon vanished half a second early, people would feel more like, oh, I managed to just about get it, as opposed to, shoot, I just missed it. And you shouldn't, with any ordinary reaction speed, go, yes, I've got this, when you actually physically cannot get there fast enough. You react way slower? Yeah. Just a little bit of a mistiming is all that it takes. This is actually a feature that's used in various games already. Like there is in platformers, a lot of them will have it where if you hit jump just slightly after you have technically left the platform you're trying to jump from, you will still jump. They give you that little bit of forgiveness. They are. Not exactly an unrealistic feature for gaming. And if Coyote Time is what it's called, thanks for just saying the words at me. Appreciate it. Can't imagine running anything outside other than Opportunity Reach. I mean, you could run 2. I've done that on a lot of builds. I've run 2 to have it both guaranteed, whilst also a longer window to work with. It's a lot to invest, but it pays. Yeah, our kill rate here is absolutely stonkingly good right now, not gonna lie. Hello Mania, what you got for us? Death? Probably. Yeah, I mean that was the hit that smacked him around a bit, doesn't it? Didn't even get the second heavy attack to hit him, he was already dead. We're about to hit the 10-minute mark. We'll see what kill rate we've managed to maintain in that 10 minutes. Bear in mind, this is a Fisher one, nonetheless. That includes enemies going invulnerable. Ten more seconds. We got Xmas somewhere. There it is. Alright, 10-minute timer hit. 1366. You're maintained almost at 140 kills per minute. Formal blueprint. Sure, why not? As a plus, you get a bit more Tennokai range too. Yeah. So we'll equip on now. That'll do. Get out of the mission. A little bit of forgiveness that speedrunners abuse. Hey, if speedrunners want to use a mechanic, they can use a mechanic. Speedrunning be speedrunning. Let them have their fun. So my old job used to be really into niche speedrunning communities. Yeah, everyone's got a hobby.
And so we learn the importance of clarity and purpose.
Oh, I didn't do the 7-on-2 stuff. Whoopsies. You personally prefer consistency? Yeah, fair do. Like I say, you can put on both if you can find the space in your build for it. I might find the space in it here, because I'm using levels. I can actually get rid of the electric mod I put on. So then it becomes a level specific build, but that works. Yeah, let's definitely spend some of this.
Curious.
Relics! Yay! I'm not going to look at what I got. I don't care. I'm just spending the standing. Give me the rewards.
These help you.
None of the delay.
May this help your journey.
Tennokai did make heavy attack efficiency feel like I missed a window consolation price stat. Yeah, I can see that value. I can see the value getting there. Whereas I've got wind up speed, but yeah. So I can take this off and put on Opportunities Reach for a level specific approach here. So now I get the consistent high range, high duration Tennokais. And all it cost me was a bit of base electric and base status. We're going to get all the status from Weeping Wounds, we're going to get all the electric from Lavos, so it's really not that big of a loss. And this should still come out on top when using melee influence here. And this same setup can also be used non-influence. You don't have any elemental bonus, but you're still going to have the guaranteed slash procs on the heavy attack, which will still cleave through. Never occurred to you kept more than one? Yeah. I was surprised when I could fit it. I was like, oh. Alright then. Stacking the bonuses. This scythe is 8.6 meters long on Tenukai. Whoa. Whoa. Ooh, that's a shiny one right there, isn't it? How big's your belly? 8.6 feet? Meters. Yeah, that's a nice one. Alright, let's go do it. No other changes needed. Let's just slap the same enemies around. Maybe we'll get a different arena, maybe not, we'll see. Let's do it on the Fisher one again. Get some extra value. As I'm saying, tested. Harmony does expedite electric procs on enemies hit with a heavy, but not other targets. So I'd stick to other stronger influence melees for that, like Furax. We can get the best of both worlds. Enemies nearby get the procs. Enemies at a distance get their procs, and enemies in melee range get blapped. Which is, again, useful for the acolytes because of their very limited status cap on them. It allows us actually to counter what they are capable of. All the while still getting those heavy electric procs. Now, I don't think this is really a room I want to be doing this fighting in. I don't know where it would lead to beyond here either. Oh god, yeah, that room's even worse. Let's do it. Let's see how we handle on a less than ideal room. The freedom I have now to set up the Tenukai where I want it to be cannot be ignored. There is definitely value in that. So I can go around the corner and then hit these guys. This is a nicer room to hold. Okay, that was wasteful. Yeah, that is nice. And that killed these other two over here for that bonus. Kind of hard to see sometimes in all the effects, but it'll work. Yeah. You think the 0.6 follow through would be a major drawback for such high range? I guess not. Yeah, the thing is here is that I'm getting the electric effect and stacking it to the 9s. And the way that spreads is just devastatingly strong. So as much as the follow through theoretically should be an issue, it's just guaranteeing I'm hitting stuff even at longer range. But the bigger value is the time window increase. That allows me to get into position if I need to. If the immediate enemies around me are already dead. Oops, electric run out. Let's get that back. There we go. The kills happening in the next room over. I'm not even in there. It's beautiful. Hi, completely new to Warframe. Is there an in-game hub where all players meet up, or are they all just on their ship? Most people are either on their ship or just talking in chat channels. There's not really a central hub people meet up to do stuff, no. There are some physical locations players can meet for various reasons. There's relays for blessings. There's Maru's Bazaar for trading, but it's really, really bad. Don't go there. Not for trading, just don't. Use Warframe.market if you want to find trades. But primarily, yeah, people are found through chat channels and discords. There's not like a WoW town hub. Oh no, I am being beamed by an Xmas. Where are they? Dead. Maru's Bazaar's for scamming? Yeah, pretty much. Anyone who thinks about it for 5 seconds will realise why Maru's Bazaar is just a bad place to try to trade. And so the only people who are there are those who don't know better And those who are looking for people who don't know better. Don't go to Maru's Bazaar. Not for children. You can't run around looking at cool players? You can, in those locations. So, you can go to Cetus, you can go to Maru's Bazaar, you can go to Fortuna, you can go to the Necrolisc. These are all open world town hubs, as it were. It's just... you won't find people looking for groups so much there. It's very much people happen to be passing through or idling there. So if you want to have a look at fashions, yeah, there you can do it. There you can do it. But they're not so much a meeting spot as a traffic lights. You've happened to all pull up to the same red light, waiting for it to turn green. Or parked at the side of the road, waiting for your mate to get in the car. That's all there is to it there. And there's Mania deleted. Why did it snapshot? Maybe? You know what, Umbrella? I have no idea how that works. I have no idea what you just did there. Unless... oh, no, I know what it did. I know what it did. So the second word in the drops command, it is the first argument, because the first word would be calling the command. That command has the first word argument as the user you want it to act to. So like a mod could say, !drops umbrella. If you ask about drops, it would inform you what's going on with that. So that's what you did there. You inserted maybe as the first argument by way of a roundabout way of activating that command. There we go. I've seen enough out of that. Scythe, we're good here. Melee influence, be strong. Who knew? And that was 625 kills in 5 minutes in this area. Which is not ideal for farming in. So that is nice. Where's my exit? Over here, cool. Made no sense to you, it's a very funny effect. So the way that programs work when calling commands is you'll have the program, like the program respond to this message, and then you feed it arguments. So for the drops command, the way it's activated the program, we're calling the response with drops, and then after that you have any other words put in the command, which are the arguments. Arguments are modifiers to a command. I don't know why it didn't respond to drop. Oh, maybe it was bot didn't bite. Yeah, I think I know why. I can solve that. There you go. Try again, Ladybug. Exactly, Shadani. Yeah, if go to the store was a function, you took the arguments for shopping list, go to the store, eggs, it reads eggs, and it's like, ah, yeah, so we're adding eggs. So yeah, there you are, Ladybug. You've got drops. The second word in that is drops, and so that's how it's worked. Whereas if I did, for example, drops hello. Oh, okay, Shadani has proven the point very nicely there. A, B, C, drops, it goes B, a new wave of drops, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Which tells me... Interesting, it skips the first one. Yeah, the first one is it treating the command. But it tells me that command doesn't work the way I want it to work. So I am going to adjust that. Because the typical person I want it to respond to wouldn't be using the command in that way. So let me change that. There we are. We've done some live testing and fixed a bot. Okay, so Harmony so far, melee influence, we can get a lot of value out of it. Who knew? What if I take this same setup and then I just go for that full melee afflictions? So we got no elemental mod on here. That's not elemental. No elemental mod on here. We got purely just base elemental combinations. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use Lavos with Viral. So again, I'm still not going to get it. Oh, have I made a typo in the drop command? Yep. Shows I wrote that quickly. Oh well. So what I'm thinking here now is that we'll get Slash. Well, we focus on the Slash, but we'll also get the Viral guaranteed from Lavos. Viral won't get any of the value out of... out of the value of this. But we should still get a lot of Viral procs, and then a lot of Slash procs with a lot of Slash damage. Should work. Like saying, don't know if you saw, but this came about because a live use case someone using drop. In a sentence, I promise we weren't just bullying the bot for fun. Fair enough. Yeah, that'll explain why it said the Tenekai in there for you, yeah. Yeah, because whenever drops come up, a lot of people, rather than use the command, just say, what are the drops? Or just, drops? Question mark? That's why there's a command that responds to drops. Because the people who need to see that command are the people that don't see the command exists. That's why. Random question, but what was the TennoCon Twitch rewards? What will be, they're coming up, because that's still later this month. Was that a Saren? Something in my head says a Saren. Not sure, I'll be honest. Oh, in the AK, yeah, Saren Prime in the AK, there we are. Yeah. As I'm saying, doubt we need it for the targets you're going after, but lasting sting would over double your heavy damage. Yeah, so we could get a bunch of duration out of that. Granted, on Lavos it won't double it. Because Lavos already gets status duration. Lavos just keeps on winning. Jade's signature weapon works better on Lavos. Oh, Lavos keeps winning. God damn. All this time, I've been a Lavos believer, and D just keeps on rewarding it. Oh, man. Mr. Fleeg said, hello, I just got back into Warframe after 3 years. Is the meta still melee and condition overload and whacking everyone till they die? It can be. It can be. The meta has become much more varied. Melee is nowhere near as overbearing as it used to be back 3 years ago. So primaries and secondaries definitely have their place as well. Part of that is because melee got slightly nerfed, moderately, but then it's been brought back up since. Primaries and secondaries have gained all kinds of things, including these things right here, Galvanize mods, which scale to ridiculous amounts, like 230% multi-shot, yes please, and new arcanes that go straight onto the weapon. Like this one gives us a max of 320% damage, plus a 30% headshot multiplier and minus recoil. Yeah. So you've been away for a while, Mr. Bleak. If you were away long enough that those didn't exist, that'll be why melee seemed to be more powerful for your time. Melee did fall behind for a while, but now it has come back into its own. And all of them can do a lot of work now. Yep. Okay, so let's give this Harmony a try with a non-elemental build. I'm going to use Lavos for my source of Viral. You can use Nourish. There's absolutely nothing that requires it to be Lavos there. But let's do that. I'm going to switch my Lavos around. I'm fed up of having the damn build with Zada's Whisper on it. It doesn't do anything for me here. Lots of changes? Oh, lots. There's a whole new category of weapons you might not be aware of called Incarnate Weapons. Those Incarnate Weapons basically have evolutions to them. Some of them are brand new weapons, some of them are adapters you can put onto very old weapons, and boy howdy does it add a lot of power. Like for example the Burston Prime. Mr. Fleek, if I told you the Burston Prime was one of the most meta weapons in the game right now, would you genuinely believe me? Aside from the context I've given you to this. Or that the Boltor Prime has retaken its place as one of the top meta weapons as well. Yeah, but it's true. The Burst of Prime can put out a absolute barrage of automatic red crits with minor explosions with near limitless ammo. A lot of low tier weapons have been brought up into a new fold as a result of the Incarnate system, which is for late game players. So yeah, there's been a lot of changes you might very much enjoy. Oh yes indeed. Or you can still take a melee and swing away. You remember the Hate? Stalker's melee weapon, the Scythe? Yeah, that's been made very powerful now. The Hate is a very powerful weapon now. Again, once you get the Incarnate adapter added onto it. I cover more about the details in some Incarnates in their own videos, and you can check out my guide to the circuit over on YouTube to understand how you can get those. Alright, so let's go into that Missionino again. With a non-electric Afflictions build. Still absolutely on point with all these commands today. Love it.
And you may yet avoid it. Trust.
Okay, gonna apply my viral. Get the next one ready to cast for when I need it.
They have just shut down all systems.
Open up.
I'm sending life support capsules your way.
And let's swing away. We're getting some kills. I noticed a long line of enemies on that radar there. I think I know where they're coming in from. Yep, I know that tile well. So yeah, the downside of this switch is I don't have the AoE effect. I'm focusing more damage onto these guys. But like, they were already dying. I don't know if this is an improvement. Just because these enemies are too weak for it to matter, and well... I suppose we could go to EDA. Try it out there, but you can't guarantee you'll have the weapon for EDA, so it doesn't matter as much. This is why AoE is so meta? Yeah, AoE has always been meta. Where you can get AoE to happen, it's always been meta. It's why I made a hubbub a while ago about the AoE meta, and D did address it, and then reintroduced it.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out.
It's all a thing. Where is that Jade? There we are. I'm getting nice damage numbers, don't get me wrong, but I'm wondering if these are not the kills I'm looking for. So I've turned off basically every AoE function here, except just melee follow-through. Try an EDA, not worry about the rewards. I'm not worried about the rewards, I've already done EDA this week. My point is that other people wanting to use it at that level will very rarely be able to do so. So, again, what does it then matter? The level you can use a weapon at is going to be 200 max. I think take this over Conjunction Survival. Probably be the right answer, because we have the best variety of enemies there. Now we've got it working against our standard candle. Conjunction. Also, that guy did not immediately die. He survived long enough that it needed more work. On the setup that's meant to not need to do that. She died though. Oh, that's corrosive, I don't want that. It'll be messed by virtue of the game itself, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you can kill 2 enemies in a time it takes you to kill 1, killing 1 is just worse. That's a fact. And part of that comes down to just Warframe's entire design of focusing on being a horde looter shooter. That challenging so many enemies at once isn't just safe, it is recommended. That fighting them one by one is just wasting your time. You don't fight individual enemies, you fight your screen. They happen to be on it. Hello, Longshot, I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well yourself. Yeah, when we get to 5 minutes, I'll have a look at the kill rate, see how we've done here. Live support holding, which shows we do have a good kill rate. Question is it enough? Oh god, nearly lost my combo there. Pressed the button when I wasn't supposed to. Yeah. I do feel like just influence just works. This is where snipers are dead. I mean, snipers with blast now. Snipers with blast can get some work done, especially, again, Lavos, because you can guarantee blast on every single hit. Lavos keeps winning. I do wonder if they're going to nerf that, I'll be honest with you. Just because it's so damn strong. I'm scared they're just going to nerf it. Guaranteed status effects on every single hit is ludicrous. God damn this shield guy. Ah! Melee do not work well against them. There we are. Bloody shield. Right then, so 394 kills? That's it? Okay, now we're going to go again on a different map. Yeah, Veilance Formation is just really strong. Did I say Blast Snipers are good? Blast can make snipers better because, especially in Lavos' hands, again, the guaranteed effect, you kill one target and everything else nearby dies. That's the idea. So yeah, let's get out of this mission and reload it. Maybe get a better kill rate on a better tile? I doubt it.
A valuable lesson.
I do doubt it. I'll do another cycle of this one, and then if I do get a better kill rate, I'll take it over to Conjunction Survival. If I don't get a better kill rate, then what was that? 400 kills in 5 minutes? Might turn that one down. Let's give that another whirl, shall we? And keep the situation the same otherwise, the Axie Fisher. Command's going to get crowded once Lavos Prime inevitably releases. I mean, will I need to do another guide for Lavos just because he's got a Prime ability? I don't think so. I don't think so.
They have just shut down all systems. I'm sending
We've got the how, the why, and the builds. And I'm not going to do a fashion video for Lavos. Not unless D pays me to. And I somehow doubt that's on their priority list. Alright, so we've got this long corridor room, which is usually a good one for farming. It's connected to a room that's okay for farming. So we'll see how the combo comes together. This room is not a room, that's bad. That limits our spawns. I don't know where that Jade is. Oh, I just killed them. That works. Yeah, the extra range on this is really, really nice for this standing moveset. You can feel the difference. What's my opinion on the new Xmas? I'm not overly impressed with them, I'll be honest. I can see their value, I can see their plays, but I'm not overly impressed with them. I feel like their introduction could have been more limited in area. Because the fact that they just kind of exist in regular missions without really much fanfare behind it. Feels a bit off. It does feel a bit off. And then mechanically, I don't like that the orb is a relatively small thing above your head. It does make it a little bit awkward to shoot. And that it has object health with a surprising amount of hit points. So that even if you respond to it with some weaponry, it can be a bit of a chore to respond to. Meanwhile, if you want to instead kill the source unit it's coming from, you have to figure out where it's coming from. Because there is no connecting beam. There's no indication as to who is the source of it. Not a fan of that. So I'm a bit about them. I'm a bit There are other Xmas that just kind of have an effect that happens. Don't forget, both the Energy Leech and Health Leech Xmas, they just spawn a zone wherever they damn well please. So it's not unprecedented for them to have effects which don't connect up to the source. But for those two, you can easily step out of the zone and move on with your life. With the Jade one following you, and then you either have to take the time to shoot it, and if you're using a melee focus build, good luck with that. Or you need to find the Jade Xmas wherever they are in that mess. Doesn't feel great. That's all. So yeah, I'm a bit mid on it. Have I tried the first Ascendant? I have not, no. I genuinely don't really have any interest in doing so, because pretty much every review I've come across has said, well, the gunplay is nice, the rest is lackluster to outright bad. Like, oh, well, that's not what I need. Like Warframe, but worse. Okay, well, that's not positive. But the monetization is terrible. Okay, well that's a big deal to me. The boss design in TFD is so bad it's like fighting 10 Sagas rocks at once. Yikes. Sorry, if something can make boss design worse than DE, not gonna lie, that's worse than old DE? Yeah. No space, no player trading. I mean, that's a fundamental part of the Warframe design, is that you can trade a lot of things. There's a lot of things you can't trade, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot you can. And that's crucial to the relative balance of the drop tables. You may not get what you want, but you'll get something someone else does, and then you can trade with them. That's kind of a big deal. Without player-to-player trading, it's a functionally solo player game when it comes to looter-shooter side of it. You know, the looter aspect becomes a solo game. And you have to really account for that.
Go to extraction.
Just go to extraction, okay. No, I want to kill the Acolyte. No, where are they? No! I'll kill them in a sec. Next on Netties are the pay-to-win slop guys. Fair enough. Wait, I updated that command. Oh, for goodness sake. Let me exit the mission. I'll fix the command again. I don't know why it didn't fix the first time, but I'll fix it again. Stream Elements. Not a great company. If they'd just focused on being a bot and overlay company, that'd have been fine. But they had to pivot into doing their attempt at monetization through sponsorships, and they've made an absolute pig's ear of it. Stream Elements are honestly getting worse and worse. Please don't try to bully the bot. Okay, let's refresh it and see if it worked this time. There we are, it should be working now. Yeah, the next best option being Streamlabs is just worse, but the fact that their competition is bad isn't a reason for them to get worse. They are. Bots doing its best? That's the thing, the bot's doing its best, but the people who make it, losing step. We should stop or we'll regret it when AI takes over, bot never forgets. Let's not invoke any basilisks today. We don't need any basilisks. I wonder how many people know what that means. Anyway. An Oracle reactor is $30 on first... Okay. Wow. $30 for the equivalent of an Oracle reactor. So, to put it simply, Warframe's monetization does almost everything you shouldn't do, but it does it actually fairly. Seriously. About the worst bit of Warframe is looking at Warframe when you don't know what the options are. A brand new player who gets into their arsenal and tries to swap weapons, they won't see this lovely list. No, they'll see this horrible list. This is more like what a new player sees. Platinum, 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 plat, 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 plat. Oh, you can get this for credits? Same colour, almost the same looking symbol. First time I played this game, I didn't even notice you could buy some for credits. I just saw a big wall of platinum. And then the one weapon I had when I first started playing this game. I looked at that, I was like, how is this possibly going to be a good game? How? I'm like, 240 platinum for an Astilla. Because that's right up the top, because it's alphabetical normally. In fact, even by my usage, it's still sorting alphabetical. And then I look at how much 240 platinum is, I go, are you shitting me? 240 platinum for that? No! But when you look into it, you don't need to do that. Mirrorlade, no! Stop! Seriously, Mirrorlade, please, calm down. Like, it's funny once or twice, but let's not make it a common theme on the stream here. Certainly not for just bogus things like that. Come on. There's having a joke, and then there's just being... I take it a bit far. Anyway, that aside, the very fact that when you look at the market, it's hard to see here because I've got ticks on all of them, but if it weren't for that, you would see 325, 225, 225, 175, 225, 225, 325, 40. It's all a bit in your face with a plat, and if that's all the new player sees, then they'd imagine that Warframe's got all the same problems as a lot of other MTX games have. But it hasn't. Some of them are ridiculous to access, others are perfectly reasonable, and then there's the trading. The fact you can get plenty of platinum through ordinary gameplay. Not even hardcore focused gameplay. Ordinary gameplay allows you to farm that premium currency too. That's a big damn deal. But yeah, Warframe's monetization and lack of player guidance is a serious problem. It always has been. Like, the first time I tried to play Warframe, I quit. I quit like Mastery 1. I gave up. It just did not grab me. The gameplay didn't grab me. The enemies didn't grab me. The storyline, I couldn't find it. The market just looked like it was MTX hell. I was like, you know, I'm not going to waste my time on this. So I didn't. Probably saying, oh yeah, the ghouls were raided into before playing with Jade, had done all the quests up to that point, learned on that stream they can buy blueprints for weapons from the market, because they're hidden by the plat prices. Wow. That's bad. That's bad. I mean, granted, they'll have been gifted a bunch of items to them, most likely, or purchased them outright, and that would have carried them forwards. But you want to tell me they seriously had no idea You could just go into weapons and be like, I want to get the, okay, those are some really bad starting examples. I want to get the Aphurus. Here's a blueprint. It's 15,000. Double bad example. I need to build something else for it. That's part of the problem. How many bad examples are at the top? Even as a brand new player going, no, I'm going to look through what's the further information. Blueprint build requirements. Acquire the Cantare blueprint from Brutus, Uranus. I don't know what those things are. Uranus? I don't have Uranus. I'm a new player. Okay, how about the Evans song? Oh, that's also Uranus. Oh, is it all? It can't all be Uranus. No, that's a Uranus. I'm already getting tired of checking. The Exceltra, can I get this one? Blueprint for the Exceltra drop from Demolisher Infestation on Grenier Galleons in Disruption missions. What do any of those words mean? What are these words? Huh? What are all of these words? As a new player would look at that and have no idea. Also, fun fact, and this is purely coincidental, the Exceltra drops only from Demolisher Infestation. It says about Grenier Galleons, that's irrelevant. There is one infested disruption mission, and it's on Uranus. All 4 of these weapons are obtained via Uranus. So if you're a new player, you open up the weapon section, you don't know about these filters and whatnot. Hide without blueprints and whatnot. It's all Uranus. And then, if they do hide items without blueprints, if they don't look at the rest of the text, they might just go, yeah, sure, why not? Wait, how many weapons just vanished? What, so you just can't build those weapons? Is that what that means? Well, no, you can. It's just hide items without purchasable blueprints. And again, it's all just showing plat. It doesn't show or credits. Or credits. Bow, 65 plat, or 15,000 credits and then build it. Whew. Yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. And this is a huge barrier to entry because then Warframe looks like the first Descendant. Isn't Akenbrunt also a Uranus one? I mean, it's from the chem lab in the dojo, but yeah, it is related to Tile Rega, who is Uranus focused. This entire row is Uranus. Now, what are the chances of that? Yeah. Right, I'm going to skip this track because I find it utterly annoying. Not going to lie. And I'm going to be back in just a couple minutes as I do have something to quickly go and sort. Mother Nature is knocking on the door. So I'll be back in just a moment. Chat, don't go anywhere. And please don't spam the chat with drones. You'll break the bot. If you submit like 374 drones to the chat in the same second, I think the bot actually just has an aneurysm. So I'll be back in a moment. Do I notice a lot of people attempting to break my butt with drones? The very thing I said not to do? Is that a giant... Yep, Mirror Abe's gone for the giant drone. Alright. Good god, that is a lot of different emotes. Hey boy! Alright then. Y'all had a bit of fun, didn't you? Mirror Abe, thank you very much for the 30 bits there with the gigantic emote. And I'm seeing a lot of you have only just realised that you could do this, so yeah. If you click the spanner icon, where you'd use your channel points, above the channel points there's 3 power-ups. Message effect, Gigantify an emote, and on-screen celebration. If you wanted to put even more emotes everywhere, that's how you do it. But don't overuse it. You know, I don't know how much of it the stream can take before it breaks. Yeah. It could, yeah. You love how the different pat emotes have a slight change in timing, create a wave of pats? Yeah, I see that, yeah. If you alternate them, it does create just a little bit of a wave. That's completely unintentional. Oh good god, Mirror Abe, that's just cursed. That is just cursed. What have you done? Alright, Ladybug, you have yourself a good one. Take care. Try not to wheeze too hard on the way out. Alright. All the bits we were talking about aside from the whole, you know, Warframe's monetization, everything looks like they've done it wrong, but they've actually done it very nicely, and other games do just get it outright wrong. Let's move along from that. But I said on mobile, you can't see the giant emotes. Me, it just looks like everyone's freaking out over a single smile. Wait, the mobile app doesn't show you... Are you on the app or on Twitch desktop, Umbrella? Like, are you on your web browser for Twitch? You're on the app. Twitch, seriously, how bad is your app when it doesn't even show one of the monetization features you've introduced? Twitch. How? How? I say updated, I can see it. Oh, okay. Umbrella just has a shit phone then. Fair enough. Umbrella, upgrade. You've been called out. Android app here too, 2019 model. You might have just not updated the app. It's possible. Your phone might be incompatible. I won't pretend to know how all these things work, but if you've got a 5-year-old phone, then it might just be incompatible. Could be that. Right, with these weapons, what more of a direction do we want to take them in? Can we want to take them in? We can former this further, but what value do we get out of it by formering it further? Because I don't want to drop Val Acceleration. The speed on it already felt a little bit on the wrong side. Projectile speed, it's not really that big of a deal. But yeah, I don't want to lose the fire rate, don't want to lose the crits. I've got a double stack on the crits because lots of crits, mega crits. Grand. The thermite rounds going for the heat slash approach. I know the two don't work together, but they kind of, it's an all-rounder. Rifle Elementis, because we work on the status effects, might as well get the status damage even higher, and gain some punch through. Yeah. Slash and say the first Senate monetization is horribly expensive. The gameplay feel is amazing. The boss battles are a bit simplistic. Much more fun than Warframe's latest bosses that are just timers of attenuation. I mean, true, yeah. Warframe boss design is... It's a thing. It's a thing. I'm not going to brainstorm how they could solve it, because that's not my job. They don't pay me to do it, but... Yeah. Fair enough, Umbrella. One of the above. Why do a good design with a player's nuke it? Step 1, don't give players nukes. Step 2, there you go. Alternatively, make it more mechanic focused rather than sack of hit points focused. If the way to kill a boss is to just shoot its hit points, then it's going to feel like shit. if the way to make a boss fight last longer is to make it where it has invulnerability stages between brief windows of shoot its hit points, then that's going to feel like shit too. Whereas, and I know a lot of people dislike this, but genuinely, bugs aside, rope a low list. Bugs aside, the rope a low list is one of the better ones out there. It doesn't really explain much of what you got to do, which is a downside of it. You have to kind of really piece it together or be shown how to do it. But in terms of the mechanical approach it has to it, that is one of the better ones. You've got a narrow arena, a small arena to fight in at first. You've got the running across the zip lines with the electric spark coming down it, or you have to find a way to fly over it, which rewards Warframes for those mobility options they have. You've got the charging up mechanic, so you've got a non-damaging section of using the mechanics and getting around. You've got the different types of enemies it spawns, including the various sentries it can spawn, the weak spots you need to be targeting on it, which again rewards precision weaponry. There's a lot of different factors involved in the rope a low list fight that actually gives it some serious value. Yeah. Little Wing saying the thing I don't like about the rope a low list is the long walk. Yeah. Like, I get it if that was... If anything, that long intro to the rope a low list, that should be a mini quest. A mini quest that unlocks the rope a low list fight. You don't need to go through that intro 20,000 times over. That really should be a mini quest. Or just a cutscene for the first time you unlock the rope a low list, and then an option to replay cutscene. Yeah. You like the amount of fights as much as might be attenuation go bad. Yeah, attenuation really hurts a lot of fights, but I get that it's there because our damage scaling is absolutely bonkers. But again, the rope a low list fight effectively uses a bunch of stages, and they could do that. Did we check if Bane's double or triple dip the expedite effect? Well, it wouldn't double or triple, it would just either apply or not apply Zom, but we can have a look at that, yeah. Let's see if we can get an answer on that for you there. Might be a bit tough to pull off, but I'll try.
The multitude of creatures you have immortalized would cry out in thanks.
I think, what if I just do unmodded against Xmas, I should be able to get the effect and verify it from there. Einzig say, the point where attenuation becomes unforgivable to me is if the boss's HP goes in reverse, you start hating it the faster you do damage to it. Right, and you're bringing that up because it happens in which game? You can visit Smartus in the Syndicate thing? Yup. Open a standing visit there and it gives you direct access to him, rather than loading a relay, then travelling to him, then coming in, yeah. It's nice. Someone doesn't like Naira? Naira doesn't heal because you shoot her. Naira heals because something else is healing her. That's a completely different thing. Which new Syndicate Simulacrum rooms do you like the most and or think the most practical? I've not used them. Because this one works, I've just not looked into the others. I'll be honest. Alright then. Unmodded. What do we get on a non-crit, hopefully? I didn't see that. Nope. Okay. Let's try that again, shall we? 1440, I lost the slash effect. There it is. 1440, then a 4 something. 4689. Okay. 1440 hit and a 4689 effect. The headshot multiplier on Harmony is bugged. You ain't wrong there, yeah. Can I hit that intentionally? How did I hit that? How did I hit it? How does one aim for the head with this heavy attack? Well, I mean, I hit it there. By jump shot. That's not how to do it. No. No. Come on. Something with my head. I mean, I hit it before, apparently. Sorry, that was a frustration stealth attack. Come on. Put him put him slightly behind and to your right. He's still alive. Yeah, he's still alive. Alright, let's have a look. Someone's saying a heavy gunner. It's probably not going to work, but let's try it. Heavy gunner Eximus. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I don't know how that worked earlier. I think that was a fluke of hitting the headshot with this heavy attack, because it is just not happening. It's almost insulting that melee headshots exist, considering just how much of a pain they can be to hit. Yeah. Just smack the fucker right there. Right in the cranium. I'm pointing at it. Yeah. Anyway, that wasn't the test we were looking for. If there's something wacky with the headshots, report it as a bug, let DE handle it. Evidently it's not going to do what I need it to do. Was it a headshot? Can you please look at tab? What's tab? It doesn't say headshot kill, but if they died to the status effect, then it wouldn't count as headshot kill anyway, Mirrorlade. It wouldn't count as headshot kill there, because a slash proc kill is never a headshot. Yeah. But it's the only explanation for why it just instantly died to an unmodded Harmony. So I'm willing to bet that they're correct on that. Anyway, verify against this as well. So, yep, 4689, I think that said. Oh, that one's 9379. That must have been a crit.
Good evening, Ken. How's testing going?
Testing is going better if I turn off this track, because what am I listening to? I am not a huge fan of EDM. A lot of it is noise. Paul Finn, thank you very much for resubscribing at 13 months. Welcome into the channel proper once again, my dude. Cheers for that. Okay, so, heavy attack. I see what Zom's saying about the bloody damage numbers. Oh! That was a headshot. It activated Arcane Consequence. I swear she said fuck as she died. So was it here? How did I do that? How did... Never mind. Yeah, I'm just trying to see the damage number. Come on. For God's sake. For God's sake. That was a crit. I didn't want a crit. I want a normal hit, please. Stop critting. Then I went past it. I don't have to get out the video recorder and do this frame by frame again. Just give me the damage number on screen. 4689. I'm fairly certain I said that. Alright. So, back to Zom's question of how Bane mods interact with it. So what it should do is increase the main hit once. But does it apply twice or 3 times to the follow-up hit? That one's got plenty of hit points for now, unless I headshot it. Let's see what happens. It's a main hit, 2000 odd. I should have screenshotted. I'll screenshot. I think I head. Yeah, that headshot. She's lucky to be alive. I need a new one now. The screenshot didn't work because I got brokey numbers. Don't think that got the damage number on screen. There we are. That should work. That should work. So I've grabbed a few screenshots. Well, the noise you're hearing there. I'm just going to have a look back at those now. Let's see here. Okay, so main hit became 2232. Which, just to verify that, 2232 divided by 1.55, 1440. So that is working fine. And then the hit from the damage proc, which for some reason comes up as an orange proc. Orange crit. Don't know what's going on with that. But it comes up as 11,264. 11,264 divided by 4689 is 2.402, which if we square root that, 1.55, yeah. So, Zom, in answer to your question, it only applies twice as standard for status procs. A smite mod is not further increasing the damage. It's not further increasing it. We take that 2232 times 0.35 times 1.55 would be a damage per second of 120.86. 11264 divided by that, 9 point something seconds. 9.3, which probably lines up exactly with my ability's duration. My duration, we can see, is, yeah, 155%. 6 times 1.55, 9.3 seconds. Bang on. Which also shows a fractional status duration increase has an effect. Oh, that I didn't expect. Fractional status duration, fractional on the slash proc itself still adds to the damage. So a 9.3 second slash proc, despite the fact that it should only hit 9 times, does 9.3 times on the actual damage of the hit. Huh. So they're not multiplying by the number of hits you would deal, they're multiplying just by the flat duration. That's weird. It's not really a big deal or anything, but that's just weird. This is good news for anything that has just a slight negative to status duration. So if you have 99% status duration instead of 100%, for the actual status proc, you go down from 6 procs to 5. Hand was off screen. You go from 6 to 5. But with this then, the effect from the heavy attack, you would go from 100% damage to 99% damage. A much smaller drop. Yeah. That's rather unexpected. I'll take it. It's just very unexpected. Yep, that was a headshot. Bloody hell, the damage on that. I feel like the damage has somehow gotten lower. If only I could reliably hit this. Where's the angle? Where's the angle to reliably get that headshot, I wonder? Somewhere. There is an angle where it works. I mean, that angle just makes you feel tiny next to them. Like, damn. How tall are you? Well, that was short. Anyway. Try aiming higher than the head. Well, I still hit. And I'm aiming at the ceiling now. Still hitting. Yeah. It's an awkward one. Melee headshots without a down on the head attack. Damn awkward. Anyway. That just sorted out a little test. So what do I make of all of these weapons based on the feelings experiences so far? We got a silent explosive bow, but the explosion doesn't matter as much as the rest of the bow. Which has an innate slash leaning, but we can go for slash heat or slash toxin or slash whatever you damn well please, quite frankly. Using a seal mod setup there, so we can fit in rifle elementalist. If you want to go double mod, say if you want to go corrosive or viral, you can do that too. Dropping any of these mods feels like it would be a mistake, because these double second on the crits. If anything, this might be the one to drop in favour of some upfront damage in the form of serration. Honestly, I don't think even that's necessary. Hard to say, all told. Hard to say. And I know the argument for split flights, but I like the precision, being able to take those crits so high. We don't have Kintari, where I hit the wrong button. This one I need to finish formering to get full value out of it, but at the end of the day, it's basically some thrown weapons with a gimmicky reload. Can't say I feel all that impressed. Yeah. What about Prime Firestorm? It's small damage on a small AoE with a very high fall off. Prime Firestorm would be a wasted slot. Aside from just status spreading, and if you're using the bow to spread status, I think you're doing it wrong. Because low damage status is no damage status. Yeah. So I'll say one thing I love about Harmony is a pocket delete weapon. Initial combo setup still hits rate of 12 million. We're having to wait for procs. And without headshots, it's not bad at all. Let's have a look at that, shall we? This is Kantari. I knew that. Initial combo, I can get Corrupt Charge in there, so that's just that. I guess it would be the Aura to help it out, but sod it, we'll just run without for now. Reaping Spiral, might as well slot that in, because it fits the polarity. Let's gear up everything that can heavy attack for us. So we got Sack Steel, Amalgam Organ Shatter, Killing Blow. We can go more crits with Gladiator Might. Not really a reason not to, I guess. Sacrificial Pressure. Let's see, we've got the Tenokais. Nothing to fit that deep polarity, annoyingly. Melee Elementalist? Oh yeah, that's what I'm missing. There we go. And we're not going to use the Tenokais anyway, this is just initial combo, we don't need Tenokai. What am I thinking? So, probably just throw in an elemental damage. But we're working off the slash procs, do we need the elemental damage? It couldn't hurt. Lasting Sting? Ah, good point, yeah. Because that will work with the slash proc. I can't mod it up in here, so we'll just throw it on to say it's supposed to go there for now. You guys know what it's supposed to do. And it would definitely go on that slot there. This has enough capacity to get it up 6 pips. We'd need Former for more. Slightly annoying, but it is what it is. And then we have Melee Afflictions, because that's the right call in this case. Actually, kill them, Steel Path. Well, that's dumb. That's dumb. How about an extra Gokstad officer? Come on, you only need to do the drop command once. The bot responded to you. 11 million. Alright then. Comes done with Calevo. Hi, here, dumb, and let's do it. Alright. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah. I get some damage done. I feel like it's probably dumb in everyone's hands, but yeah. I mean, you know, literally everyone can do this. Gotta make sure they don't see me doing it. Bye! So majestic. Oh, okay. Slightly less majestic when it hits the ceiling. Yep. Oh, is that gonna despawn? There we go. Alright. Took a moment. Wouldn't Ash also work well with his passive? That's a shout. Yeah, Ash would get more out of it. Angel of Death. Use in harmony. Sure, why not? And skadoosh. Yeah. Death. What kind? Instant. Let's get the slam wham combo. It's not going to work as well. She's barely drifting. Donk. I mean, this is just abuse, isn't it? Let's be real. Ash Raffle Advanced. Yeah, that would tip it over the edge, wouldn't it? Yoink. Or yeet, more like. Off you go. Team Rocket's blasting off again! Just need to edit now. Put that into a short. There you go. That's a YouTube right there. That can go straight onto YouTube as a short. Why not? Probably won't. This isn't abuse. What Rage does is abuse. Okay. Imagine having stuff like this all over the room. Most inefficient way to spawn these enemies. But I've started, so I'm going to commit. There we are. Well, that ain't half what I was hoping for. Probably because of my lack of range. There's your forward augment. Yeah. It's various things you could do to just annihilate all of them. Nautilus grouping, yes. Why not? There's not really any restrictions on how you go about this. You could do it just a bajillion different ways. There's not really anything that needs to be addressed or talked about on that line. It's just, yeah, those things work. Why not? Have fun. Go ahead, do it. Be the devastation you want to see. As we just go and acknowledge my lack of range, apparently. Yep, that works. That works. This probably won't, but I'm going to do it anyway. There we go. That was weird. I got soft locked for a moment. I can't jump. I can't jump. Oh. Oh, it's because my spacebar just broke. Never mind, it's fixed. I need to get a new keyboard, it got stuck. I need to get a new keyboard. But like, other features were locked for a second there. That was definitely some kind of bug, but I have also broken my keyboard, it seems. It's a very old keyboard. Yeah, I'm still not jumping though. Like, you can see, I type, there's spaces. I'm not jumping. Not jumping. So you see, this is working. This is not working. Is this a Korra thing? Have I got a mod on Korra that says you can't jump? But my spacebar did get stuck there, which is kind of sad. But no, now the jumping's working. You see, it's fine. Everything is fine. My space key did get stuck at one point there, but it's not important. Now I broke Warframe. Oh, it's not me breaking Warframe. Warframe just breaks. Warframe just breaks, and it's a simulacrum. We already know the simulacrum is a different game. This isn't Warframe. This is Warframe. Yeah. Tomorrow said you're too jumpy. That's what it was, yeah. Hunter, your jumping is ruining the experiment. I have disabled it for now. Thanks, Simmy. Appreciate it. Cunt. Anyway. Sorry, Lola, you don't like that word. Can you imagine if they did it an ESO? Oh, God. And boop. Yeah, that works. That works. You know what it was? It was the Lotus. The Lotus saw what I was doing to these poor things in Simulacrum, and it's just like, nope, that's naughty. You're doing too much damage now. It's not allowed. You're grounded. Anyway, terrible. I know. Off we go. See what I did there? I'm glad he did. Ah. Warframe. Oh, Warframe. So yeah, putting this all together then, we have... Oh, no. Heavy attack would just do heavy attack things. And we can work on this now. Do I want to form any other part of this? I can get away with forming that V-polarity there, right. Yeah, let's do that. V. Bing. That means Lasting Sting can now be modded up to get even more power. Never thought I'd spend all the endo on that mod, but there we go. Yep, that's a little bit dirty. That is just a little bit stonkage. Okay. Kintari is honestly just coming across as throwing knife with gimmick. The bow is curious, but it's still a bow with gimmick. It's a slightly explodey bow, a slightly critical set of throwing knives, and then a scythe that doesn't take no for an answer. That's what I'm getting from them. So if we we'll just pop this into a mission real quick, you know. Just head us down here. The only problem with this heavy attack setup is I wonder if it might just be too slow for groups. As we saw when I grouped up the Exogoxtads using Cora there. It might end up being a bit slow on that. But having been switched over to this build, I can use that.
They're trying to choke you out.
Hey guys! Oh, just gonna go immortal? Okay. I'll just kill the other ones. Oh, you're out of reach. Get here. Yep. I did put Prime Reach onto this, didn't I? Did I? Don't know, I did, to be honest. I don't think I put Prime Reach on. But that is very much a screw you with the horseshoe roding kind of weapon. Just death. Hi Xmas, bye Xmas. Yeah, that's instant. Range would be nice here. Ah, we're just cutting through them. Literal hot knife through butter approach. Hot scythe through butter, there we go. That's the title. Harmony, a hot scythe through butter. Yep. Just put that straight onto YouTube. Job done. This is a very efficient stream. We've got a short idea, we've got a title idea for a YouTube video. Oh, stonks. Just slam that guy real quick. I'm not even using Lavos' abilities right now, I don't need to. Alright, I'll give myself some more heat. Slam. Yeah, it just eats them up. Where's their Xmas? There's an Xmas, not the one I wanted. But he gets one shot. In fact, there's room to potentially give this less damage and gain utility instead. It's that strong. Let's be real, I probably don't need the lasting sting on this. Is there anything that hasn't died in one shot here so far? I'm really curious about what's going to happen when an Acolyte turns up. My kill rate is low doing it this way though. Like very, very low. We're 2.5 minutes in, I'm only on 200 kills. Which, okay, it's not very, very low. We're on 80% of what I consider a minimum for this kind of mission. I forgot reach? Yeah. Bollocks. So reach could probably turn this into the kill rate we require, because we got too much damage. And I'd probably replace the lasting sting for it. Partly because Lavos, partly because do we need that much more? Like, I get it's a lot, but do we need it? Oh, something's going to last that sting? Well, it's literally being turned into instant damage because of what Harmony does. So, lasting sting is having an effect. Oh, wow, that one didn't instantly die. That might have been a matter of follow-through right there. follow through does hurt melee weapons quite a bunch. It's almost strange we haven't had a follow through penalty reduction mod. I say follow through penalty reduction so that you don't turn a 1.0 weapon into a 1.5, because that'd just be weird and broken. But to be able to turn a 0.6 weapon into, say, a 0.9 at the cost of a mod slot, like, that wouldn't be terrible. That wouldn't be terrible. Question will be now, do lasting sting or 60% crit damage be better as you convert it into direct damage? Whilst you convert it into direct damage, it still has the crit effect in the first place to create those slash procs. So I'm saying this is without complementing it with some other AoE weapon. True, that's a good point. Yeah, this is a build which can work as a backup, so you can blapinate enemies, but then if you find you're in low enemy circumstance for a moment, or a really strong enemy that doesn't die to your AoE blapper, that's when you bring this out. Yeah. I can see that. Lasting sting's multiplicative of everything else? It would be. With the exception of the direct hit itself, but multiplicative with all the procs, yeah. A Bratton Prime Barrel! Huzzah! One-on-one follow-through? Yeah, more than one follow-through would mean each subsequent hit would deal additional damage, multiplicatively, such that if you had 1.5 follow-through, it would function kind of like an additional Bane effect per extra enemy. And we all know how that scales wildly. Good point, yeah, if I've got the Gladiator mods on here as well, that's the one I'd remove then. Yeah. I mean, it's not a terrible idea, the follow-through thing, for a gimmick of a weapon. A melee weapon that works better in groups. That you'd want to put the weak guy at the front and the strong guy at the back, then do your swing. Yeah. By the way, any onion on Monkey Smash? What? Are you having a stroke? Do I need to call someone? Any opinion on Monkey Smash? Okay, I'm still lost. Are you coming on to me? I'm really not sure what's happening here. Let's see then. So, that fits. Lovely. That's a big difference. Sil, please never ever do that again. Okay, I think we're beginning to get the information from Salvatore here. By the way, do you have an opinion on Wukong using heavy slam attacks? Now the question is, what am I supposed to have an opinion on? Yeah, I'm not sure on that. Let's say pretty sure follow through is capped because now we sell a 0.7 base, the evolution increased by 60%, results in 1. It could also be that D just didn't tell the truth on the increase there, but if it was 60%, if it multiplied 0.7 by 1.6, you'd get 1.02, wouldn't you? 0.7 times 1.6? Oh, 1.12. I did the math wrong. Yeah, the 1.12 will be noticeable if it was actually working like that. It might just be capped then. Or again, D might have just lied, it's just plus 0.3. They do this with things. Moonsay, I'm going to guess Wukong using Harmony doing heavy slam attacks. What does Wukong bring? What about Wukong makes that something to have an opinion on? That's the bit I'm missing. We haven't used Wukong so far, so there is some function being brought up. Wukong has a clone who doesn't heavy slam, has Cloudwalker, which is not heavy slam, has Defy, which is not heavy slam, and has a different melee weapon. So what am I missing? I'd rather not say nothing, Moon, because Salvatore asked my opinion on it, so I would like Salvatore to explain what I'm missing. Because otherwise, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to have an opinion on, is all. Yeah. Alright, switching that to Prime Reach, we have a little bit less crit, but now we're going to have much more range, which is definitely going to be a good thing. But other than that, we don't really need to do anything with it, I guess. If I could have faster heavy attack still, would be nice, but I don't think that's possible because we've already got these two mods in here. Reasonably speaking, we're not going to make it faster, are we? Also, once again, I am justified in having a down-ranked sacrificial pressure because I'm at exactly maximum capacity with all these mods. Every single time I find myself justified in keeping this mod slightly down-ranked because I don't want to overform a weapons just to fit the umbrals. It's not going to do it. Salvatore will say, as far as I see, Wukong Heavy Slam are now everywhere as the cloud can cut the slam animation, making it fast and spammable. Right, okay. So you were suggesting a combo of Cloud, Slam... Yeah, you use Wukong to hit Cloud, hit Slam, you instantly slam back to Cloud. And you go, Slam Cloud, Slam Cloud, Slam Cloud, Slam Cloud. Is that what you're saying? If so, first of all, exceptionally niche to ask for my opinion on it by going, and I quote, by the way, any onion on Monkey Smash. Opinion, sorry. Like, that is an exceptionally niche thing to bring up and then hope that I understood. Second of all, I don't really have an opinion on niche things like that. If they operate, they operate. There's not really an opinion to have, dude. Sorry. Queen, I'm not going to change over the music at this point, so I'll send you back the points on that. Yeah. So, Harmony, using it as a Tenakai focus, either pure slash or using electric on it, seems to work nicely. I think having these two Tenakai mods to get the frequent Tenakais, but then also the longer window to perfectly apply them, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Melee Afflictions is Melee Afflictions. It works well, single target. If you can get the electric in one way or the other, Melee Influence does feel better for it in a standard mission. Whereas for Harmony here, whereas for the heavy attack build here, I suggested just full focusing on that would see it's just paying dividends because of this unique trait. Alright, Esprit. We'll catch you around another time. And gone. There we are. But yeah. Wukong Slam is still very popular because of the new game mode. Fair enough. Yeah. First I'd like to say, well, after that whole Onion Monkey, I didn't vanquish my Lich and missed a 52% Toxin Sobek. Oh. Just to check, have you actually finished the mission and left and gone back to your orbiter and realised you made the mistake? Because if not, you might be able to just Alt F4 and hope that it's not registered you've finished the mission yet. You might be able to Alt F4 out and redo it without paying no attention. Otherwise, yeah, you're screwed. Your problem. Does the bonus provided by the Jade set not apply to anything in particular? Vorm Traps? Does the bonus not apply to specific things? Right, okay. Don't know. I haven't extensively tested the status duration and multi-shot bonuses on these to see how they apply, let alone if they apply double. No idea. Yeah, experience the true power when you have them together. If you have all three together, basically the effect is doubled. Which in this case means I'm getting another 60% status duration by equipping the other two. Yeah. Which is a lot of status duration. That is a lot of status duration. It makes the value of this less because it means I'll have, before this, 160%. So this will bring it up to 270. That's still a lot, don't get me wrong. That is still a major increase. It's just not as big an increase as original. But it's still good. It's still hard to replace that one, to be quite honest. And then again, on Lavos, with this trait at full buff, before this I'd be at 215%? And this will bring us up to 325. Which again, still a large increase. Again, worth keeping. Yeah. No, when all buffs active at once. Sorry, no, what? There's a lot of messages. You... Right. That's a reply, but didn't look like one. Got it. Circle's juggling for a little bit of boost. You don't have to use... You don't have to have them active, do you? Just have them equipped. No, just don't let my nickname saying you have to use all three. I mean, if all three have to be active at once to get the double buff, then that feature may as well just not exist. That's terrible. You have to have them all activated? You're the same person. That's two. Okay, right. To get the bigger buff, you need to proc all three individual buffs. Scrappy as well. Okay, right, alright. Well, that's certainly a choice on D's side. That is certainly a choice. So you not only have to have all three weapons, you also need to get a kill with the bow, strike an enemy with a returning Kantari, and you need to do a heavy attack kill. To get this. To double up. And what's the duration on this again? If I just open up the wiki for Evan's song. What is the duration on that effect? It is 30 seconds. When you double it, it lasts for 60 seconds. Okay. Not as terrible then. Not as terrible, but still more effort than one would have expected for a set effect. Also, apparently the Kantari's effect goes from 20% to 60%, so that's triple rather than double. But the Harmony effect only goes from 30 to 60. Now, the wiki could be a typo on this, but why the random tripling rather than doubling? Why can't they just say it? Why can't they just say these numbers? This continues to confound me, DE. What is their obsession with only saying half the information in this game? I really, really don't get it. What is their obsession with only saying half the information? Whatever. It is what it is. Alright, I think it's about time we do a platinum giveaway. If you haven't already grabbed yourself a ticket for it, exclamation mark ticket in the chat for a chance to win it. You are going to be in for an opportunity to get yourself 75 platinum. That doesn't matter what platform you're on these days. You can be on Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, PC, or mobile. Any of you are able to enter. Absolutely, one ticket per person. Like I say, I thought it was a conspiracy to give you more content to cover. I'd rather cover how to play the game rather than how to find out what the game never even bloody well told you. Grumpy, always get here right at the end. I mean, I stream at the same time each time, Grumpy Bands. Really, that sounds like it's on you. I'm not exactly just dropping streams out of the blue. Yeah. continuous lack of information is just kind of crazy. You blame time zone at 7 AM where you are? Oh, well, Grumpy Pants, you have no chance of properly partaking in these streams then. If I stream from 4 to 7 AM your time, yeah, sorry, dude. That's where videos and replays are superior. You can watch them at your own time. Sorry, mate, can't help on that one. Cannot help on that. Become a baker? If you become a baker just to watch a British guy stream, I gotta say, that's a bit of an extreme reaction. Just a little bit extreme. Apparently Queen got something. Fair enough. Alright. I think that's enough time for everyone to grab a ticket if you haven't done so already. Tough, I literally just told you to. Clearly you weren't paying attention. So, let's close the giveaway. All entries are in. Sabatel saying, stream usually ends at 4 AM for me. So, it's gone 4 AM right now for you. Good God, dude. Good God. Alright. Those of you who have entered, though, let's see. Who's going to be the winner today? The winner is indeed Hal Capone. Hal Capone, congratulations, you are the winner today of the 75 Platinum giveaway. I'll be contacting you shortly after this stream in the Twitch DMs. I need to get hold of your Warframe username, platform, and your cross-save status. So we'll get that Platinum sent on over to you there. Congratulations. And to everyone else in the channel here, wherever you are awake at 4 AM, 4 PM, or some other time zone around the world, thank you very, very much for joining in. Those of you who do need to sleep, I highly recommend it. Being up at 4 AM is not healthy. Ask me how I know. Don't ask. But on that note, we are going to be raiding on over to another part of the Warframe community. Who can we go raid into today? That is the eternal question. An eternal question with a medley of answers. I see we got a Kodoma and a Lazar streaming, but they're both streaming First Descendant, so that's no fun. We got a Brozime streaming, but they're on Final Fantasy, so that's not where we're going either. This isn't looking where it should be. Queen suggesting a raid target. If it's endorsed by Syl, I will have a bit of moderation on that. I see a lot of Warframers on First Descendant right now. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm seeing a lot of them over there. Yeah, have fun with that. Have fun with that. Thankfully, I do not make a full-time job of streaming, and so don't have to follow these trends. First is just Warframe for 2013 from Wish. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, no cam, big boomer VTuber, furry VTuber, another furry VTuber, another anime. You know what? I tap out. I'm seeing a line of... Not my community, not my interest. So, you know what? Quite frankly, I'm gonna swing this over to y'all. I'm probably say a lot of people are TFD partners, so I have codes to use and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I did notice, like, for example, on Kodoma's one, it's listed as a TFD partner, which, okay, I mean, fair enough. Have fun with that. Also has Warframe Plat giveaway in his title. Go figure. I suppose you don't have to run it on only Warframe stuff. I just prefer to. One of these days, Ken will become that which he hates, the dreaded furry VTuber. Yeah, no. You can get as hopeful as you like. That is not happening. That is not happening. But yeah, from what I've heard of the monetization and the overall vibe I'm getting from First Descendant, plus the just visual appearance of it, does not really seem all that appealing. At least from my angle. Yeah, I ain't hopeful on that one. I might be surprised, but maybe not. After saying you look like you could make for a very VTuber. Well, you say I'm too ugly to stay on camera. I see how it is. Fair enough. Now, I can't be everyone's type. Only 90% of the stream finds me hot. Fair enough. I can accept that. 10% is going to be upset. Alright. No, I decided we're not going to raid out today. If you want to go over to a stream, be it Warframe, First Descendant, or something else, you go and have your precious little fun. But I think we'll wrap up on that one. I haven't got nowhere I feel like raiding into today, so we don't need to make a point of it. It's not a requirement. I'll catch you all on the next stream when I go live on Wednesday. In the meantime, have a good start to your week. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.